This week we go traipsing around the woods because we can, as we discuss this fucking piece of shit Twilight New Moon. Thanks, Sir Charles, and fuck you.
This is not a dream. Not a dream. We are using the
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, DX Jefferson, and joining me, as always, the red-robed Catholic schoolboy. It's Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
I wish I had that red robe. That shit looks nice and comfortable, right?
It looks marvelous, but Tim, we are not alone on this journey. Of course, we're being joined by the lady who got kicked out of the nursery wing of the hospital for trying to live bond with all the newborns. It's Candice.
Well, how do you know about that?
You know what? I do a thorough background check on all of my co-hosts.
Was Candice trying to breastfeed all the babies in the hospital?
No, she was trying to do the thing where the werewolf boy stared deeply in the eyes of the newborn
because
he was going to end up fucking her.
Yeah, I was trying to get them to imprint on me.
Exactly. But, folks, we have an all-star here. We have
somebody who will be with us for the rest of the series of this movies. So
yep.
I said it right here. That's it. It's going to happen.
He's going to be on this show for the rest of the Twilight movies that I'm not going to cover. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Wood, the host of the Grindbin podcast and longtime friend. How are you doing today, sir?
Yay.
Wow. Is that it for the applause? So, okay.
He'll put it in post. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say I'm glad to be here, but we know that's a lie. I don't know why I agreed to do the Twilight movies. Well, I know because my wife has a personal connection.
Yeah, your wife.
She's out there pulling weeds. She wouldn't even join us for the show.
Your wife made you do this podcast, sir, and then she abandoned you.
She's like, I have a choice. Yeah. Talking about this movie or pulling weeds. All right. Go ahead, Mike. Go in the room. Lock the door.
That's pretty much what happened, yeah.
So here we are at the end of Listener Request Month. Thank you
very much.
Who the fuck
requested this?
Sir Charles.
Did.
What the fuck? Why?
I thought we got clean. I thought we got a whole fucking month where people were sending us good movies to watch.
Yeah. Hey, and guess what? I wasn't one of the two of you fuckers that voted to do this movie, Tim and Candice. So explain yourself, Tim and Candice.
Because come on, it's gonna be a shit fest of a show.
I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Pause.
This is my favorite book out of the series, right?
Pause.
Listen here, Hughes. Tread carefully.
Pause. Candice has seen every one of these movies.
Of course I have.
So I.
Of her
Multiple
own
times.
volition.
Yes.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No,
Tim,
good
you
movies.
did. Whoa.
They're good,
Jesus.
hangover movies. They're good just to be stoned and just
God.
watching for 20 minutes at a time. Just what the fuck is going on?
You are on every watch list possible now. Jesus Christ.
Okay, Candice, please make your confession.
My confession is that I made a special arrangement with one Sir Charles to request this movie for a favor
You
in
cheated?
the future. I did. I fucking got you.
Stunned silent, Candice.
All right, she's off the show.
Okay, so Candice is no
We don't
longer
have to
part
finish
of
the show, We can stop it now. Stop the steal of this show.
We're fucking
Stop the steal of this show.
I have been eaten up inside trying to keep this to myself because you guys are so pissed and you're screaming in the Discord and you're cussing Charlie out and we're messaging each other on Instagram laughing.
Okay, Candice. Excellent work. So, Candice, since you're a listener to the podcast, you're the one that picked this. Candice, why did you pick this movie?
Because we had to continue the saga, and you kept refusing.
No, I agree with Candice. We started it. We have to finish it.
We have to finish it. Yes.
You have to listen to the people who pay us.
For one time in your life, Eddie, you need to finish someone.
You don't understand. I've got 2 kids, and women can only get pregnant if they come. That's what the Republicans have told me.
No, the Republicans don't believe that women can come. What are you talking about?
Well,
That's why they believe in the stork.
Well, I've got something to tell you, Eddie. They're not your kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know for a fact they
You didn't make her come, and you didn't make those kids.
The fact that my wife had to have 2 C-sections because those kids' heads are too fucking big. My youngest's head is in the 97th percentile of heads in the world.
That's okay.
Speaking of head size, Candice, you just, by the way, dropped on the Discord that your head is so small that your spine is destroying your brain.
Yes, I have this condition.
Ken's got one of those orange heads.
That explains a lot.
That's what I said.
anecdotes movies.
Yep, I have
a Godfather.
I have a birth defect.
Too tiny.
Called a Chiari-1 malformation, where the back of my skull is too small and it pushes my cerebellum into my spinal cord.
If only it would have been like a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that it was to the point where they could figure it out during a screening and be like, all right, let's pull a mulligan on this one, get the vacuum up there.
I don't know why it never popped into my head to say that. Maybe because of my baby freak
There's
skull.
no space in your head left.
Yeah. There's no room for anything to pop in your head. That's a very good point. So, Mike, thank you so much for joining us on this episode, sir.
I have a question for Candice, though. Like, what did the doctor say, like, prognosis long-term? Was it like, okay, by your 30s, you're going to like real mediocre movies because you just won't have the brain capacity to process much more? Was that part of it, or?
Yeah, it's like,
you're not gonna like slow burns?
Am I going to be okay while I live? He's like, you'll live, but at what cost?
Yeah, I mean, but if you can call that living, yeah, sure.
He's like, you'll know it's really starting to affect you. Is it like maybe, you know, in your mid-30s, you're going to start thinking like the Godfather's just okay?
Yeah, yeah. But really,
when you got married, did your husband realize he's going to spend the rest of his life with just a little head?
But you're going to be really big on Twilight and the Ginger Snap series.
What?
Oh, I mean, come on. No matter how tiny your head is, this is still not going to blow your mind, even if you have the fucking mind of a fucking pea.
Look, you shut your fucking mouth about Ginger Snaps.
Well, yeah, you got a problem with
shut
that?
your mouth, because Ginger Snaps, at least the first one and the second one, are amazing, and everybody knows they are.
Werewolves or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I've never even heard of it.
Girls.
You're lying,
I've
Mike.
heard of it, I just haven't seen it.
You're lying, Mike.
I've never heard of it.
You've never.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, go watch it. Ginger Snaps. It's amazing.
No, I agree with Candice. You're lying. For some reason, you're lying. There's no way
I
you
swear.
have to
I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay. While you're looking that up,
right.
Mike, we like to do a segment at the beginning of this podcast called What Have You Been Consuming? But a little inside baseball here.
Yeah,
we are recording this episode like 3 days after we recorded Terrifier. So we've probably been consuming about the same shit.
Yeah, a lot of anime.
I saw the 11th episode of Sandman, which I think might be my favorite episode out of them all.
So, Mike, while you think about what have you been consuming and what you might want to talk about, I've actually got a fun little audio clip that I'd like to play. It's about 2 minutes long. And I think it's, yeah. And it's highly relevant to this episode. Okay. So we covered Twilight 1 on the podcast.
That's what official name of it is, Twilight 1.
I was going to say, Twilight 1. Yeah.
Twilight 1, yep.
They have all the Roman numerals after the... No, but they can't do that.
No, they don't. This is... Can I just say a pissed off... I'm already pissed off. I don't know what the fuck order the movies are in. When you told me it's like New Moon, I'm like, what does that mean? Is that 2? Is that 3?
Do I have to know the fucking faces of the moon to understand this fucking series? How to watch in sequence?
Like, for fuck's sake, call it Twilight 2, New Moon. Like,
No, it's Twilight New Moon.
Piss me off.
But Tim, your opinion about the Twilight movies was not always like this, because we did that first episode, and we got your review of the first one. Ladies and gentlemen, the star rating
This
of
is what
Twilight.
we're going to hear?
Oh, here we go. Can't wait.
Here we go.
No. Oh, God. How drunk am I?
So, our review of this movie, Daniel, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
Ooh, 1 to 10? Is that what you're doing? I would this time.
Yeah.
What time in carat would you give it? How many carats?
How many
I think
carrots
it's honestly, in retrospect, like if I had seen this in the theaters when it came out in 2008, which I would have been wrapping up college, pretty sure, would have absolutely hated this.
Still
But
talking over
in
it.
retrospect, looking at it now as a grown ass man and just laughing at some of it,
Still hasn't given
it's
it.
not a bad story. I mean, it's not great, but it holds
1
your
out of
interest.
5, for fuck's
And
sake.
watching the special effects of him
He
climbing a
takes it out of
tree,
Solo Cholo.
dude, I left more at this than Repossess, which I covered with the Grindbin.
Okay.
I
Did
had
that
a-
Ted Kennedy joke?
Well, that was the only time I laughed in Repossess. Yes,
That
the
was
Ted
good.
Kennedy joke.
Chappaquiddick jokes are always
But
funny.
I would give it a
They always
6.5. I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay. Daniel gives it a
What about you?
6.5.
And he
on a
gives it a
scale of 1 to
0.5.
10, I'm going to
Yeah.
give it. I'm going to give it like a 6.
Tim
Yeah,
gives
I
it a
think
6.
it's one of the better
okay.
ones out of the whole series, if that makes any sense, if that's even possible. But
Yeah.
it's a perfect
Why do you
blend
know
of bad
Because that's
and
Okay.
taking itself seriously. That's I think what really does it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes
Candice.
it worth even just like a hate watch or a spite watch.
Okay. Candice.
I'm just
I'm
sitting
gonna
there
give it a 7.
masturbating, really pissed off.
There's
Wow.
a time and a
Gives it a
place for
7.
these kinds of
Candice.
movies. And these
Twilight's
kinds
a
of books.
7.
You know, when you're like lonely
Yes, in your
and you're like,
bedroom by
I
yourself.
have a lot of fun
Because
memories.
she was
You're like-
lonely.
and sometimes, you know, I'm a big horror
Are they
person,
really
but
fond
I do
memories,
read
though,
the
when you think
occasional
back on it?
romance
Was
novels.
it a good
It's
time?
they're nice
It
to
involves
change
a
the
boy.
pace up with.
Yeah.
And a lot of them
Oh.
are supernatural romance, like, oh man, hot
Wait, who
vampires
liked
are
these
so
movies?
So
You
you're
and
not
him.
changing the pace up. You're just adding
No.
sex.
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
right,
there's no-
Candice. This is the guy
there's
who
no,
watch these movies so you
They,
can
they
have
fall
sex
in
with them.
love. There's not as much violence
Red
usually.
flag.
Hey,
You
flip
know,
that
there's
shit.
but there's always a happy
That's
ending.
off to him,
you know
man.
what I mean?
He's my hero.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. You know how many guys had to watch these fucking movies and
So
pretend
I'd
to like
give it a
them?
7
How
out
many
of
guys have to
vampire
pretend to like
movies.
Bon Jovi
Vampire
just to get
scale.
laid?
Yeah, I had to pretend to
Oh,
like
yeah, out
Twilight,
of your
and I read all the
vampire
books
movie scale. What about
because
that?
you want to talk to me
I
about
would
them.
give it a 5.
I'd give it a 4.
The vampires are
read the
not
cliff
vampire
notes.
enough.
Yeah.
Just fuck them.
Okay.
So I don't want
It's-
to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Well, then
just
we
fuck
need to
them.
know what would be the top
Never did
vampire
fuck
movie
'em.
versus the bottom.
No, we'll do that at the end of the month.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give. Okay, I'll pause the clip. But
It's
at the
even
end of it,
worse.
the thing is that I was fucking with all of them, pretending I liked the movie a lot more than I did.
And I was fucking with
And
all of you, pretending
I
that
gave it
Charlie
a
was
2.
the one that requested it.
Oh, you win, Candice. You got to
You don't
watch
have
this
to
movie.
look, you don't have to cover for him. I know it was you, Charlie.
Yeah. How much
Yeah.
did Charlie pay you, Candice, to say that?
Man, I was bursting at the seams waiting for it to start recording this. I'm like, when's the best time to drop the bomb?
Yeah. So Mike,
Bursting at the seams of that Cookie Monster.
I know
bra,
Candice has got
just
like
waiting.
a real crazy life there. She's just waiting all week.
No, I've had-
My
Hey, guess
friend.
what? I picked
I've
it.
had this planned since last month. I've been
That's
sitting
sad.
on this since last
That's
month.
really
Oh,
sad.
fucking
Yeah.
A whole month.
That's some fucking Mission Impossible shit figuring.
Yeah. So, Mike, what's your history with Twilight New Moon?
0. Saw it for the first time last night.
Oh, excellent.
Did you see any of the movies?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Oh,
No.
So you were lost when you watched this.
Oh.
You didn't know. You didn't even know that these motherfuckers can play baseball, right?
oh,
How
okay.
can you even be lost? This is the same movie as the fucking first one.
Nothing
It's
happens.
the
No,
exact
there's
same
no
movie.
spring happens in this whole movie, Tim. There's no way to get lost when nothing fucking happens.
Yes.
This is a bridge movie, man. It's a bridge.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's unacceptable. That's not an excuse.
Mike, go get your
Well, also,
wife.
you have to consider the fucking source material this fucking cocksucking movie's coming from. What do you think the second book was? She wrote that first book with one hand on a typewriter and the other one on a fucking clit. And she's like, oh shit, I got a hit on my hands.
Okay, so Tim,
And clit on my hands. On the
you
other
beat
hand.
me to it.
all right. So Mike, you're innocent, buddy. You get a pass. You've earned your way into heaven.
Okay.
Tim,
No,
why the
no.
fuck did you see this movie? No, Candace, shut up. Tim, why did you see this?
Multiple times, he said. Multiple.
Multiple times, yes. I never rented this movie. I never watched this on like HBO or anything like that. But this was a movie that back when I had cable, okay, before I cut the cable, it was there was a month wouldn't go by where there wasn't some channel, probably USA or Bravo, that was just like doing it like 6 o'clock in the morning. We're starting with the first movie, and 6 o'clock at night we're finishing with the last movie, and just flipping
You don't
around,
have to
just like
watch it.
being high. No, dude, when you're fucking high and stoned, and you're like, wait,
High
these
and
motherfuckers
stoned.
are playing baseball.
Tim,
Wait,
That didn't
Vampires
work for me last
invented
night.
thunder?
It didn't work
I
for
was
me
high
last
last
night.
night when I
buddy.
watched it.
Yeah, I tried.
I watched it today. When I got home, I got high and watched it.
Well,
I mean, I tried. It was like 10 hours long when I was high. This was worse.
This movie does, dude. You need to just like meth to watch this fucking movie.
It's a meth movie, classic meth movie. Twilight.
That way you can run like the fucking Victoria bitch.
All right, Candice, what was his name?
Who?
What was the guy's name you were pining over when you fucking watched this?
Because he married my best friend.
Okay.
Well, Candice, I guess your best friend knows who she is. You don't have to say your husband's name now.
She doesn't listen. She doesn't listen, so.
You better hope she doesn't listen.
Oh, wait a minute.
If tomorrow you open your door and she smacks you in the face.
Knew. This is before they got together.
Tim, he does listen then, is what she's intimating. Okay, so
wait a second. What's it called when a woman cucks another woman then?
Cucking.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
term, right?
cunting.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, Candice. So tell me about the guy that broke your heart and made you watch this.
No, I was really into him, and he was really into Twilight and Nicholas Sparks novels.
And did he know that you were into him?
God,
Nicholas Sparks. Wait,
Candice. So many fucking red flags. Jesus Christ.
Candice might have been barking up the wrong tree.
No man likes Twilight and Nicholas Sparks.
Oh,
this is the kind of no. Hold on. Here's what it is. Here's what fucked up it is. You know why he liked them? Because he liked some other chick who liked those books and that guy. And that's why he's like, and Candice is getting the tail end of it.
No. Okay. Tim, it's even better. I got it, guys. I got it. He was into a chick who liked those things, so he got Candice to watch and read Twilight and Nicholas Sparks. Give him
shit.
Cliff notes.
notes.
All the parts that are important to a woman. That's it. That's right. All the parts that the women dig the most. She's going to be telling me about.
Holy shit. This guy's amazing. Okay, I take everything I said back about him, Candice. Okay. He's great.
Okay. You know, this guy's like, who's this guy? The fucking Mystique guy from...
This guy's the Prestige, is what you're saying. Okay, so Candice, what happened with this guy? He made you watch
so quiet now because it's all clicking. He did marry that girl right after we broke up.
No.
And she loves Nicholas Sparks at Twilight.
No, we were never together. I was, trying to ingratiate myself. And so I pretended to like things that I didn't actually like. You guys have all done this before. Don't act like I'm some kind of villain.
That's just why. That's why, Ken. I'm shocked that a woman has done that.
Because this is literally
come on, you're holding all the cards.
This is literally the only reason we talk to women.
No dude is reading fucking. I don't even know. The only reason I know Nicholas Sparks is because one time I wanted to try to get pussy. I was like, maybe this name's going to come up in conversation. I have to be like, oh, the guy who writes those books.
Yeah, I don't have great taste in guys. I think we've already established this well beforehand.
Look who you're associating yourself with.
That's true.
I mean, I pretended to like the Aquabats for a month, and that didn't work out. And, I get it, Candice. I get it.
Yeah.
But this guy,
I got nothing.
This is the ultimate con. Like, I
never sold out, and I never got pussy.
Fuck, man, this is mind-blowing. Tim, I don't believe you for a goddamn second. You are the biggest fucking sellout there is. There is no way that you didn't pretend to like something for a girl. There is no fucking way you didn't do that.
Of course, yes. One time I was wearing an Atlanta Braves hat for like 3 months.
Damn.
In New York.
Big Chipper Jones fan.
And ironically, she was a fan of the Atlanta Braves because she was trying to impress another dude.
Yeah,
so, probably.
Hey, Tim, who's your favorite guy in the lineup? Also, can you tell me like the starting pitchers, everything? I just need the cliff notes really
Greg
on the team.
Maddox, Tom, what's the other guy's name? Tom Seaver.
She's writing it all down. She's like, yeah, this is great. Keep going, Tim.
This is great, Tim.
Candice, did he when he was talking to you about the Twilight stuff and all that, did he take notes?
No. He had the books.
Now, Candice, whenever I talk to him, he's got one hand in his pocket. Something
he would talk about the books. And when I would be like, well, I criticize this part of it, he would get defensive and start defending it.
Wow.
Never mind. I take back everything I said about
it. Candice actually was talking herself out of cock.
Hold on. I got another theory
Look,
about this guy.
You know I'm going to argue. I can't help it.
No, of course.
Yeah, that's true. You know, Kid's like one of those abusive boyfriends. No matter what, you can only hold it in so long.
Quick question about this guy. What's his profession?
Musician.
Okay.
Professionally? Okay.
So you mean
out of work? You know, part-time jobs and restaurants and. Yeah.
Oh, that's a profession then. We can't call.
He's looking to marry the next Stephanie Myers.
Yeah. You can't say musician.
No problem.
Who was the guy who sang that rockabye song?
What?
Excuse me?
Oh my god!
Wait a second. Candice, I know that song.
Rockabye. It's like, everything's gonna be all right. Rockabye.
Oh, yeah. It's like Creed. Some fucking shit
that was
like
his favorite musician. That was his favorite artist, and he had those lyrics tattooed on his leg.
Thanks for having me tonight, Eddie. I really I had a great time, but I think I gotta go.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I understand. Candice, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. No, I'm just teasing.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. When I watched New Moon last night, and I put in the host Discord, I regret this. I slipped because I said I regret this, and I thought for sure you were going to pick up on that and be like, "What do you mean you regret this?"
No, this is a terrible movie.
I regretted it.
You 2 hours and 10 minutes, and nothing fucking happens.
Oh my god!
2 hours and 10 fucking minutes.
I swear to God, I started watching at 5 o'clock last night, and I didn't end until 9. I swear to God, that's what happened.
No, I swear, Candice, you're right. This movie is like in vampire time. It takes a fucking lifetime to finish.
Everything blurs in slow motion around you while you're watching it.
They should show this to terminal patients because it would feel they'd be like, Jesus Christ, hold the fucking
I lived way too long 2 times.
Still got you guys though. Still got you to watch it.
So, Mike, what have you been consuming this week, good sir? That's not this.
I'm watching the new Nathan Fielder show, the rehearsal. And
which episode are you up to? So we don't do any spoilers.
Oh, only episode 2 at this point because I've also been watching The Sopranos. I've been rewatching Sopranos since I visited family in Jersey. It's been fun. So I watched Sopranos again, seeing all the Jersey sites and all that. It's a good time. Still a great show, by the way. Holds up like amazing.
1,000,000%, yeah.
Wait until you get that Columbus Day episode. See if that holds up.
Okay, I don't remember this.
I'm ready. There's a whole fucking episode there just bitching about fucking Columbus Day and not getting the respect it deserves anymore.
I don't know.
I have a question for you guys. Why is it that Mike can say, I've watched one Twilight movie, I will never watch any of them ever again, but when I say that about A24, I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world?
Oh, excellent question.
That was Wick ripping you up,
excellent
not
question, Candice, because you're talking about the difference between a series of movies with one writer and actors that's filling one narrative and a production house that does
that's like saying I don't watch Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah. A24 has a distinctive type of movie that they release.
So does Warner Brothers. They all suck.
Yeah. So I think it's fair to say if I don't like artsy fartsy film house, then I don't like A24.
Oh, this has been going on the Discord for about a month now. Candice is really butthurt because I
buck against a trend,
because I can come out and I can be like, all Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, all this is just bullshit and it's made for children. And
which you said in the Discord today, so go ahead.
Yeah. And when I do it, people have no problem with that. But when Candice says she doesn't like A24, people are mad at her.
Yeah.
Well, because, I mean, you're either in Star Wars or you're not.
No.
Point,
I'll tell you what
Nobody's
it is.
Nobody's going to be like, oh, I'm 50 years old, and wow, I just watched Star Wars for the first time. I love it.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Number one, I'm charismatic. People like me, and they want to hear what I have to say. And number two is you care about what they say. You get your feelings hurt, and that feeds them.
No, I really don't. I really do like to aggravate them.
Because you brought it up in the podcast. You brought it up in the Discord. It clearly bothers you.
Because it keeps coming up.
See, it bothers you.
Because it makes no sense.
Well, you keep bringing it up.
Right.
See, look at you. She can't help
Candice,
herself.
as somebody who doesn't
like, fucking addict.
As somebody who doesn't like Marvel movies and all that, I don't watch them, right? But here's the thing: I don't tell everybody how much I dislike them and how dumb they are for liking them and how stupid they are. Because
I do. I just tell them that they're stupid for liking it. That's fine.
Just don't like. And maybe Eddie can get away with that with his wry wit,
his
seething
charisma.
Yeah.
Well, Candice, I don't know what bothers you, Candice. What's your theory then? Go on.
I don't have a theory. It just boggles my mind, which is why I keep bringing it up.
You just like to upset people.
I do like to upset people. It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you're getting what you want.
It's true.
So why are you complaining when people get upset? This is what you want.
Because it bothers her.
Because it's a double standard, which blows my mind.
She pretends it doesn't bother her, but it bothers her, and that feeds people, and this is going to continue forever.
Cycle.
Very strange.
We just feed on each other's, malcontent.
I just want to wrap this, put a pin in this, Candice. So when did it end with this musician? What was the time, the story?
What was the end game?
Okay, all right. You want to hear how it ended? Because it's fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
He wanted to hitchhike across America. He had this great idea that he wanted to hitchhike across America.
Yeah.
Candice, you dodged a bullet, okay?
Jesus Christ, gonna end up like one of those.
You could have ended up fucking pregnant while he had his thumb out in the fucking middle of Ohio.
We still kept in touch. He gave up about halfway.
But then, really?
Please send Dale money.
He gives me a phone call and he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm coming back to North Carolina and I'm moving in with blah blah blah, and we're getting married."
You're not covering up that person's name very well. I swear to God.
No one has any idea who I'm talking about.
Somebody plays with my best friend whose husband bummed his way halfway across the country and then pussied out and came home with his tail between his legs and married me.
None of those people out in Candice land have a computer.
That's true.
So it's fine. Nobody's ever going to pick up on it.
But what does he do now?
And they're all listening. If they do, they're all listening to Ben Shapiro and fucking Alex Show.
Shut the fuck up, Tim. Mike, you nailed it. What does he do now? What's musician's gig now?
He's in a mental hospital. I kid you not.
Ooh.
What?
He works there?
No, he resides there.
Oh my!
Wait, the one that you used to work?
No, not
at,
the
Candice?
one I used to work out.
Wait a minute.
Okay. I was gonna say, wait a second. Candice is getting hers on Tuesday night.
Of interest going on here. No, let's hear about him. It sounds like he might have been a piece of shit, though. So good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. You dodged a bullet, Candice, because you could have a fucking 18-year-old kid by now. Like I said, he's in the fucking movie.
I totally dodged
a
bullet. I know I did.
Yeah, Mr. Candice is.
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Hey, you know what, Candice? Vampires don't use rubbers."
Yeah, the difference is that
I can pull out quicker than a vampire.
Mr. Candice chose me. So that was the good idea right there.
I gotta
talk
was it
like a fucking reality show or something? What do you mean he chose you?
Did you meet him at the mental institution?
Like has been well established. I have terrible taste in men, and everyone that I pick out is a fucking mess and a wreck. But he actually showed interest in me first and instigated the relationship, and so it's actually worked out beautifully because, you know.
Can I tell you why you have terrible taste in men?
Because I watched Twilight?
No, you have terrible examples of men in your life.
Like my husband?
No. Before that.
My friends?
No, before that.
I've had 5 stepfathers.
Yeah. And how,
that's exactly what Eddie just said.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just said.
You ever notice how right I am constantly? There's a reason for that. So, Tim, what? I already asked you your history with it. So, Mike,
you already asked me. Come on, man.
No, I did, and you said you watched it a bunch, like an idiot. So, Mike,
it's like why I watch Law and Order SVU sometimes, just because sometimes I got nothing to do for 20 minutes in between, doing dishes or playing with the fucking cat, and. Why not? 20 minutes turns into an hour, turns into 3 hours, turns into I just watched 11 episodes. I just watched 5 movies at Twilight.
Figure it out. He likes SVU. He likes Twilight. The thing they have in common: sex crimes.
Tim is talking about this like
that's true.
Like me rewatching Breaking Bad, but the difference is one of those is good.
Yeah.
Both of the look. Let me tell you for real. If you just really just want to see some crazy ass fucking shit, just watch a Law and Order SVU episode.
My God.
Guarantee there's at least like 3 different things you just
started on this.
What?
I'm with you on SVU. I'm not with you on
I'm with
Twilight,
you on Twilight, Tim. I know what you're talking about.
A Twilight, yes, Candice, exactly. This is the same fucking thing. What? All of a sudden, they have to get out of the fucking town because they've been there for 10 years? That guy went to fucking high school for 10 years before anybody started noticing there's shit going on with the colors?
Okay. So, Mike...
Well, it's Forks. I'll tell you all about Forks. So.
Forks. Speaking of Forks, Mike...
Yeah, somebody could be in high school for 10 years.
Probably.
Okay, you got me.
As we get through this, just you wait.
Forks, Mike, you know somebody from Forks, right?
I know quite a few people from Forks. My wife grew up in Forks, Washington. She left it as soon as she turned 18 and graduated high school. She got out of there like the
Did you put little sparkles all over your face and show up in town?
All the time. I got a lot of great stories about Forks because I've been there quite a few times at this point. I've stayed there extended amount of time. I have lots of stories about the town itself.
Fucking regular.
And Molly, my wife, has plenty of stories and information that I've written down when we were watching this.
She's weeding the garden right now.
Yeah, she's weeding the garden, but she did watch the first half of this movie with me, and I got all sorts of Forks insider information.
See, this is why we had to do this.
So she stopped watching it once they went to Italy.
Yeah, she walked back in briefly and was like, what the fuck is she look like? Why does that lady have that scarf and those driving gloves on? Like, I guess it was.
Let me tell you, she's my favorite. She's my favorite vampire at all.
Okay, so
I like her the best. Even though she's fucking sucks at her vampire job, fucking fire her fucking ass because none of her fucking shit ever comes true.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the Twilight fandom.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So that town is not a place that likes tourists. In fact, they hate tourists. Okay.
No, this is
why.
Infamously, they ran a Mexican circus out of town at one point. There was a circus from Mexico.
Wow, so it's the wrong kind of tourist. They wouldn't mind it.
Oh, just wait, Tim. Just wait. There was a circus from Mexico that came in town, and people didn't like them, and they literally ran him out of town with pitchforks and torches, like it was fucking Frankenstein. It is a very, very small town. There's one stoplight in the entire town.
That's where I grew up. Yeah.
Most of the restaurants are closed now. They have one grocery store and is like 50 miles to the next closest town
about right.
with like a Costco and shit. They hate tourists. If you go there now, they're just very adverse to any sort of like tourists coming into town.
I'm going there.
Them. I visited Forks once. I went to the bar with Molly, who's, she knows who owns it. Oh, no, Jim.
That's why you didn't get beat up.
Well, just wait. So I go up there and I order something. I order a beer and a water because Molly just wants a water. And this man sitting at the bar swivels in his bar stool and stares me right in the eyes. And he has these like really thick Coke bottle glasses, right? And he looks like he's some motherfucker out of Deliverance. And he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, "Water, that's a fine choice."
That's when you punch him in the face?
And that tells you everything you need to know about most of the people that live there. They're very scary.
Well,
they're
just
like
small
tourists.
town people. They're all like that.
They recently ran an RV out of town during COVID because they thought that it was somebody, I believe, bringing COVID into Forks, and it was just a family going on a
How do you know they didn't have COVID? How do you know? Did they show their test results?
When you say they ran them out of town, what exactly does running them out of town
with guns, Tim, and trucks and force them to leave the fucking town?
Like they just push their trailer with their trucks out of town?
Yes, it was in the news. It's in the Seattle Times or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the tourism situation like? Because there has to be like monuments or plaques sure.
So it's for years,
similar to Race with the Devil.
For years, they were able to get Twilight tourism like big time in Forks, okay? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, there's no formal tourism, so it's like janky, like people making it in their front yards type
They're the
of tourism.
Tims. They're the Tims trying to run a graft, right? A grift.
Yeah, they're all running a grift, right? And
hey, can I repave your
So they have like the Twilight bus tour,
your roof looks like
which is like it was parked outside somebody's house, like they bought like a used tour bus. And, like,
they could afford a
bus.
Did
they have any of those trucks? And we're like, hey, you can rent Bella's truck. Take it for a ride.
There's all sorts of
idea, right?
One of the restaurants, Three Rivers, which has very good burgers. They have a room dedicated to Twilight where you could like eat next to cardboard cutouts of the characters.
What, can you like try to feed them? Are they stained up?
I'll say
can
this:
I go there and burn them?
Molly wouldn't let me sit in that room.
Not if you want to have sex again.
But they would have like these Airbnbs that were like, well, back then it was like bed and breakfasts really, but like all like themed after Twilight. And then the Italian place that they eat at is in Port Angeles, which is the town over. That was from the first movie, I believe. They go to like some...
Yeah. The Italian place is in a town over?
Yeah, it's in Port Angeles, which is... I ate there once with my in-laws.
Oh, yeah, because that sounds Italian. Port Angeles.
They don't have a stoplight.
Yeah, Tim, there's the only restaurants in town are, for some reason, 2 Chinese restaurants, 1 pizza place, and like 2 cafes, and like one of them just closed. Oh, and a burger place.
Still got more than my town.
Jesus Christ.
And it was a big deal when the Subway opened up.
Ooh.
In a gas station.
What the fuck do you need a Subway for? Oh, wait, you mean the Subway store? I'm thinking it's mass transit.
My sister-in-law knows somebody who got fucked on that Subway.
Wow.
This is so funny. This is so funny to me when you're describing this, and it just sounds like another small town. There's a million of them that I've lived in.
Yeah, this is my hometown. This is where I
live
grew
now.
up.
And you and Tim and Mike and Tim are so fucking astounded by this. They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Well, just imagine.
Well, Candice, do you remember the first time somebody told you about a building that was more than 3 stories tall?
I've been there.
Gee, they make buildings that tall? Goddamn, they're gonna fall right over.
Wait, you got 1,000 lights
Tim,
going up just Broadway?
Got hot and cold.
I'm from
water?
Miami. God damn it.
Okay, so imagine.
So you can't call Miami a small town. Oh, I grew up in a small town. Miami.
Less of an excuse then, because you know what it could be like.
So
you know what you're missing.
To live there.
And imagine, if you will, that your small towns, Eddie and Candice, suddenly are the focus of a massive film and book franchise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially this fucking book.
Some people
right?
are very,
like I said, if it was the right kind of book, they wouldn't care. If it's like all the people going up there going, "Hey, can we go to the Turner Diaries place where all that shit happened?" So maybe we're like, "Welcome."
Speaking of the books, when the books first came out, Molly met the author of these books. She came to the town because it was like a big thing. It was like, "Oh, I've said a book in your town and everything," and it wasn't like a phenomenon at that point, but.
What, she sell like 3 fucking books?
Well, she tried to read the book and she was like, "This is fucking horrible," and like wouldn't even finish it, and then like was really shocked to learn that it suddenly became this big hit. But like there's this two parts of the town is the people that are very into making money and scamming people and doing the Twilight tourism, right? Because you can make a lot of money on a lot of dumbasses going to town. I mean, I've seen a lot of these Twilight tourists when I've been there, like especially back when I first met my wife. And like one of them, they were going to Second Beach, which is in this movie, which is out in the reservation. And I saw a couple, and this girl was in a full white dress with high heels about to walk through the fucking muddiest path she's ever been in her life to get to the goddamn beach that they filmed the scene at. And it was just hilarious.
Jump off the fucking cliff.
Did her boyfriend take his shirt off?
Oh, Tim, the boyfriend was there, and he was like helping her like walk through the mud and everything. And
okay, please tell me, there's a store that sells sparkles.
No, man, that shit's not gonna fly.
Oh, come on, dude. Oh, you know what? Somebody go up there who's got like halfway decent body, put some fucking sparkles on you, and walk out in a red robe and see what happens.
Okay.
Well, maybe not.
I'll tell you my favorite Fork story is. It's not Twilight tourism, but it is kind of tourism. Okay. For a while, there was this strange building in town that somebody had rented, and he just blacked out all the windows and filled it with this big white text that said, "It's coming."
Oh.
And it was just all over, like,
smart.
ominously, like, "It's coming. It's coming." And nobody knew what the fuck it meant. And eventually,
It was a meth
he
house.
opened a family fun center inside Forks. But like the dude built his own fucking miniature golf course with like plywood and shit, and he built like his own carnival games, which is like, you know,
God.
like what a kid would do. Like, you know, when you were a child and you're like trying to.
Yeah, this is a small town, so this is like fucking great adventure coming to town. Man.
Everybody hated it, and so like we went in there because I had to see it.
Oh,
and we
of course,
walked in there. And this man would not stop talking to me. And like, we're trying to buy the balls for the miniature golf course, which, by the way, I don't think you'd ever heard of a fucking level. Because you put the ball down, it just starts rolling to one side. Like, you couldn't even fucking play the thing.
It's miniature golf.
All their arcade games are broken. So anyways, he looks at me and he goes, "Now, you might see that costume on the wall over there. That costume was worn by one Robin Williams in the movie Hook."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh, that's great." And he goes, "And I designed that costume for him." Yes, I did. And he like waited for applause, basically. And I was like, "Oh,
well, I call
okay.
bullshit."
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so you don't think this man was the costume designer on Hook? Fine.
Well, yeah, because why would you only
have that one
costume
costume if you're a costume designer?
It's also really small, which I was like, I don't think, but.
Oh shit! So his balls are hanging out. He was getting some cheek when he turned
Also,
around.
like, had it displayed on the wall like it was a big deal. Yeah, Eddie, and who cares? And like, he was asking us where we're from, and at the time I was living in California, and I said, you know, we're from LA. And he says, "Oh, my son lives in LA. He's in internal affairs." And I was like, thinking to myself, like, "Oh, damn, that's kind of fucking cool, right?" And he does like a 12-second pause. He's like, "My son is in internal affairs."
Oh God.
At TJ Maxx. I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And like, I couldn't get it out of my head. And we walked out to the car, and I was like, what do you think he meant by internal affairs at TJ Maxx?
Going back to internal affairs, TJ Maxx. Internal affairs.
And Molly goes, he's a security guard. And I was like, oh, yeah.
He's loss prevention, quote unquote.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
He's the guy looking on the two-way mirror when you're going to change.
You'll enjoy this tip. Is this man also had the idea at one point to open a hot dog cart on the street of Forks, just like it was New York or some shit, in a town with like.
That's a good idea. Why not?
Okay, in a town where it rains 300 fucking days out of the year, you're going to open a goddamn hot dog cart.
That's why you have That's why you have an umbrella over the fucking hot dog cart, man.
But
Come on, you don't see
that
the
are
umbrella.
Gonna walk by it. You open a fucking hot dog cart.
Walks in the town, Tim. Like 200 people live there. The fuck's gonna eat?
If you got good enough hot dogs, they'll walk. Just do a fucking drive up then. That's it. Just stand on the side of the street, drive up, open up the fucking window. I'll get the hot dog in before the bun gets soggy, or it's free.
Yeah, you're a hot dog delivery guy. That's your move.
Oh man, this is magical. This is everything I wanted it to be.
See, fuck it. Let's not even talk about the movie. What's going on with everybody?
Okay, I'm going to cover the
Fork
movie.
stories for you as we go on.
You guys ready for the movie? Here we go.
45 minutes into recording.
Yeah, go ahead.
We start. We start with Bella uttering a bunch of nonsense, right?
Every fucking movie opens up with this dumb fucking bitch talking to herself.
She has a dream about the future. About like a bunch of people in red, and then her grandma meeting Edward.
Can you tell me, Eddie, what the fuck's with these dreams? Like, was this part of the first one or something? What the fuck is she just having these dreams?
She has undefined
I mean, they define it
right,
later
Candice?
on in the series, but
whatever. No, it's one of those things where she is really, and I don't use this term at all except for this movie. She's a real fucking Mary Sue. Whatever they need in this movie.
So
that's
I talked to my wife about this. because I guess she knows something about the series for some reason.
She
didn't watch the movie.
Okay.
She read the book.
Oh yeah, come on. She just
She read the book. She didn't watch the movies.
She doesn't want
And
you to
I
take
said,
the kids
so
and
this broad's power is that she sucks the energy out of everything because none of the vampires can do
she sucks all the enjoyment out of
and
everything.
Basically, that's it.
Miserable.
Apparently, in this fucking movie, she can predict the future. So whatever. So then she, I say,
it's not that she can predict the future. She has anxiety about the fact that she's going to keep getting older and Edward's going to stay the same age, and this is her manifesting that.
Okay, so that was part of the whole.
Okay, this makes perfect. It makes perfect sense in this movie world, right? Because he doesn't want to turn into a vampire, but like, all right, you love me now when I'm 15 years old, but what about when I'm like 30?
Okay, Candice, she can't predict the future, right? Okay, what was the part about everybody wearing the red robes in her dream?
Yeah, that's
she can see the future because, like, they say later that vampires can have visions of seeing the future.
But she's not a fucking vampire. So, Candice, Candice, she can't predict the future. So, what was the dream with the red robe people?
Didn't she already get introduced about the Volturi?
No.
Nope. This is the first time we see anything about these motherfuckers.
So go ahead, Candice.
Because she got bit, Candice?
You know what, Candice? Go find your musician ex-boyfriend.
He was
and
never
ask
my
him
boyfriend.
He didn't read the shit. Candice read all that
far.
You know what, Candice? This is why you didn't get laid, because you couldn't explain this.
So, yeah. Then all of a sudden it turns into her grandmother.
Can I say one thing? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was really troubled immediately by something, is that at a point in this movie, the vampire boy says, you know, this is the hardest challenge I had to make in 100 years, hardest decision. I was like, whoa, hold up, pump the brakes here, motherfucker.
Yep.
So this guy is well over 100-year-old, and he's groomed a 17.
Well over.
He's groomed a 17-year-old girl, waited until she turned 18, and I was like, okay,
does he wait till she turns 18?
Okay, groomer.
Yeah, okay. At this point, she's turned 18 because she makes that very clear. But I'm like, this is a child predator situation.
Yeah, I mean, this has been brought up many times about any kind of vampire story that involves teenagers.
Candice, get on Mike's case about this, because this is a point that I would bring up, and you'd get mad at me because other people said it. So go ahead.
No.
Actually, Mike.
You know, I'm just saying, Candice, if you're 100 years old, you've seen a lot of shit in your life, okay? You've seen multiple fucking world wars at this point, right? Like, he's old, man.
Yep.
And so for him to worry about the drama that goes on with a teenage girl's life.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
but so beyond me. Like,
Mike, you're bringing it up.
Yeah, you think you'd be in the milk.
Mike, you're bringing it up like it's a whole big thing that you just noticed, but everybody's brought it up,
Everybody's
right, Candice?
brought this up. Yes, this has been brought up many times.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I have a question that blows this whole fucking premise out of the water. What about homeschooling, motherfuckers? Then you don't have to explain why you're fucking going to high school for 10 years and not fucking aging out.
That Carlisle wants them to stay in touch with humanity, so he makes them go to school.
So do homeschooling and just do like play sports,
Man,
just hang out in the fucking
fuck
town.
this. I'm 100 years old. I'm not going to high school.
Yeah.
Like, at this point,
Mike,
yeah. You know what? You know the best part of my life? High school in 18,
oh
19.
My God. You know what they are, dude? They're the fucking Matthew McConaughey.
No, my husband brought up a good point though, because he was like reading a book while I was watching it, and he'd like glance up every now and then and like shake his head sadly, you know, and like no, he was not.
Is he reading 50 Shades of Grey?
But like he brought up a good point. He was like, so they're frozen in time in the bodies that they were turned into vampires in. I was like, yep. And he goes, so he's stuck being 17 years old for all eternity. So he has all the hormones of a 17-year-old for all eternity. I was like, oh my God, that's a really good point. Could you imagine being a 17-year-old boy for all eternity?
100 years.
No, because why does he have such fucking control?
No,
over
like
this
mentally.
with this girl? He won't even kiss her or fucking bang her or anything.
Mentally
married. You're talking more about the bodily thing, like that you're gonna have 150 years worth of no reason boners to deal with.
Yeah,
like,
with no acne, by the way.
Oh my god. What does vampire cum look like?
Nope. Not going to get into
that.
But no. Like mentally, he grows up. Obviously, he's 100-year-old man, but physically, he's a 17-year-old boy.
Why would he be into a 17-year-old girl then?
Yeah, but I think mentally is more important than physically, right?
Yeah.
At 100 fucking years old, one of them's going to outright
do you
the
ever
other.
have to, like, I know Eddie does. Yeah, I guess Eddie and Candice do because they have children, but like, whenever I have to interact with somebody who's like that much younger than me at this point, it's just like
it's exhausting.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, they're not real. They're not human.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the people who are like 50 and like date 20-year-olds. It's like, how much can you fucking have in common?
Christ.
Right.
You like her pussy and she likes your money. Okay. That's it. 50 years old and 20 years old? Come on. Let's be for real.
No, but it'd be...
I'm 53 years old, and there is no 20-year-old girl in the whole fucking world that on her worst day
would ever go... But if you still look like you were 17.
Like... No, imagine what they would talk about.
If I look like I was 17, well, yeah, Candice, if you look like you're 17, but then that's what's even more creepy about it is because he looks like he's fucking 17, but he's got the fucking mental capabilities of a guy who's 100 years old, and he's like, I know exactly what to say. I'm going to do an Eddie.
Okay, I'm going to say something that we were all thinking here, but I'm going to say it. What if they were turned into a vampire when they were like 10 years old?
That's in the interview with the vampire.
Yeah,
that's in the interview with the vampire. You're stuck, kid. That's it. Fuck it.
Kirsten Dunst.
The only thing you're going to do is you're going to need creeps for the rest of your fucking life.
Would it be illegal to have sex with them?
To date like Jared. Yes, Candice. Jesus Christ.
Yes. It's illegal to do that. It's illegal to think about it.
Well, no, hold on. Because here's the thing. Because there was an episode of Law and Order SVU where this girl had a disease, but she was 20 years old, but she looked like she was 15 years old, and she was always going to look like she was 15 years old for the rest of her life. But she was like 18, 19, 20 years old, going to college. And at the end of the episode is she gets out of jail because I think they were accusing her of doing some stupid shit, and she meets a boyfriend outside the court, and he's like 30 years old, and he starts kissing her.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
No. But mentally, they're old enough to consent. But physically, they're still a 10-year-old. So,
Candice.
I mean, come on, we're following this.
I'm worried that you worked in a mental hospital, Candice.
No, Your Honor, she has the brain power of a much older woman.
I found another loophole. She's
very mature.
Yes,
that's a loophole. So I'm going to say that, like, okay. So Tim, just imagine
there are loopholes.
Dating a girl who is just out of high school or still in high school at this point. You have nothing in common.
No.
Like, what are you going to talk about?
Exactly.
You say Charles Darwin, she's going to look at you.
When I talk to people 53 years old, they got nothing in common with them and nothing to talk about. What the fuck are you doing with
I know, just imagine.
Who the fuck is, I don't know, Harry Biles or Harry Styles? Some fucking
great hair
ass like that?
Tim, just like imagine, like a conversation, like how are you going to even associate with her? She'd be like, have you watched my TikTok? You know, like, there's nothing there.
I go, what? Wait. You got a digital watch on. I bought a digital watch to look like I'm cool. What do you mean TikTok? My watch doesn't go TikTok anymore. An Apple Watch? What?
Wait, that's an Apple Watch?
No, at that point, it's just, it's if you're 50 years old and you're dating a fucking 20-year-old or anybody who's like, I don't know. I mean, look, who knows? Maybe sometimes you're going to meet your soulmate. But I think it's very few and far in between that a 50 or 60-year-old man meets a 20 or 25-year-old girl and they're actual fucking soulmates. Like Anna Nicole Smith and that guy.
Well, isn't it?
It's very rare.
Wasn't it Edward says that Bella is his personal brand of heroin?
Okay.
Isn't that his? Isn't that his quote?
All right.
Yes, he said that in the first movie.
Had a nice piss break. You all good, Tim?
That's right. Got me shooting into my toes.
I feel like if I was a vampire, I would just do every fucking drug imaginable. I can't die, so I might as well just like fucking heroin myself up for 50 years or whatever. Who cares?
Agreed. So Bella has a dream where she gets just like take all nervous about getting old, right? Because she touches tips with her grandma, but it turns out to be her in her reflection in the mirror. You know,
and I was like, okay.
And for real, is he going to really love her if she turns into 93-year-old grandma?
When she turns 21, he's done.
Yeah, of course.
He's going to the next girl.
Yeah,
it's like it's vampire law. I got to split every 3 years.
Once I meet you, she gets 18. Up. Her dad gives her a camera. Her mom gives her a fucking book.
Yeah,
no
kidding.
Cheap out mom, by the way.
Oh my God! This is because for real, is she supposed to? Are they actually saying that this is her 18th birthday? Or is it just her birthday? Yep. Okay. This is the fucking gift you get? A fucking book that you have to put pictures in to send to your mom?
You're giving your fucking kid homework for a fucking gift.
She did ship her daughter off. So, and then the dad tries to ship her back.
Yeah.
Neither of them want her.
This is the biggest fucking pussy-ass motherfucker of a father I've ever seen in a movie. For real. For real.
Here we go.
Is there a fucking more weak-ass motherfucker holding nothing but a 3 and a 4 in his fucking hand?
I don't know. I kind of love the father because he just sits around drinking Rainier beer and then whatever you're going to do.
Love the shout-out for Rainier beer, by the way. Yeah. It's a classic up here.
Classic
It's a
beer.
Good beer.
It is. It's not bad. So she goes to school.
If you're in
and everybody points out that she just turned 18 and is dating a dude that's like 100 years old, which is gross.
So clearly they heard the criticism for the first movie. They're like, okay, definitely within the first 20 minutes, we got to say this broad's legal. We got to get that out there.
Yep. So for the first part of the movie, she wasn't legal in the first movie, right?
In the first part, Tim, he was just grooming her.
The producer's like, no. Everybody should say in the first 10 minutes, Bella, we're so happy you've turned 18 today. You're legal now. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah. Even though probably the state that we're technically
I wanted to bring
in,
this up, and Brady brought this up in the Discord, that Stephanie Myers is very Mormon. Very extremely Mormon. And you can see it all throughout these movies and these books. Because not only do they not even kiss, and they barely hold hands, but they get married when they're 18.
Yeah.
And also, literally, at every moment there's about to be a sex scene, no matter who it's with, it's all like, well, we have to stop, otherwise the male might break you in half.
Yeah. Oh, it's...
Yeah, and there's also,
talk about blowing your back
40 minutes of if you can hold somebody's hand or not. It's like, Jesus.
Damn it. Yeah. So then fucking...
Stupid idiot, put some fucking blood in your
Jacob stops by and she's all like, hey, dude, quit doing steroids. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, what a bizarre thing. She's like, well, you all both know.
You hit her
I'm like, what? I don't...
Well, nobody in this town can come, so we all have to just lift weights, apparently. So
that checks out.
He's like, here's a dream catcher.
Well, I think also probably what it was is beginning of the first movie, what he looked like physically compared to once that movie blew up and they realized that they're going to make 2 and 3 parts of it compared to what the regimen was that they both probably had. All 3 of them probably.
Well, yeah, Robert Pattinson had to go through staring at his shoes and listening to The Cure while he got pale.
When you see his shirtless scene, you can tell those abs are painted on. Oh, man. That is airbrushed.
God.
I feel...
you could have put this motherfucker the way he's acting right now in Crow Part 2, and it would have been worse.
Pattinson is a great actor, and I really believe that because I've seen some amazing movies with him. A lot of A24 movies, by the way. Fantastic in The Lighthouse. Oh my God,
Lighthouse?
Brothers.
Lighthouse is amazing.
Have you guys seen Good Time with him in it?
Cosmopolitan?
Batman? He's amazing. And I'm watching him, and I was like, it is very clear within the first 20 minutes of me that he just does not care. Like he is really like just kind of sleepwalking through this.
Oh, especially at this point.
He's cashing his check is what's going on. And Kristen Stewart's good too. By the way, have you seen Crimes of the Future?
It's the fucking material, what you're given, and the director and everything else that you have. What the fuck? If you checked out and now you got this fucking material that you got to fucking read and try to breathe some life into.
Yeah.
And with the director and everything else in this movie, fuck that. Yeah, of course you're going to look like a fucking
You're right.
piece
The
of
first
cardboard.
couple of scenes, and you're right, Eddie. Amazing. Crimes of the Future, she's fantastic. But like Tim, you're onto something, is because like Molly is watching this with me at the beginning of this. She's like, they're so horrible, but they're not. And I was like, but listen to the words they're saying. How
the
can
dialogue is
better?
so cringeworthy. It's like how people don't talk like this. Well, no, dumbass teenagers talk like this. Oh, I talk like this.
Candice, I hang out around teenagers all the time.
Why are you hanging around teenagers all the time, Eddie?
Well, he likes to pretend he's 150. And,
yeah. I tell him all I'm a vampire. Yeah.
There's a really good vein on the inside of your thigh.
I gotta bite you where nobody can see.
In between the toes?
Right? Yeah. Oh my god. So then Jacob gives her a dream catcher. Get it? Because he's Native American. So that's what they have. And by the way, she had a bad dream. Then Bella whines about people calling... Bella whines about people loving her and wanting to pay attention to her. Because everybody's like, hey, it's your birthday. Here's a gift. And she's like, shut up.
I hate a lot of stuff about these movies, but they got great clothes. I always like the fashion in these movies.
Oh yeah, you like all the dudes in
not
jorts
that part.
with
that
no
part
shirt?
I did have a comment on. I was like, why is this uniform for the werewolves? Is they have to wear shorts?
No, I saw when he turned into a werewolf, those shorts disintegrated. What did they constantly have to buy new jorts?
No, they do. They mention it in the books. The logistics of that. They have like
they both the same clothes.
Just hanged on.
Yeah, just hanged on.
Right, exactly, yes. Because everything that's going on with the Wolf Cub gang looks like who's got the biggest dick anyway, right?
That's fair.
Might as well go dong out.
So then I have that Edward whines that he can't kill himself, but he's got a plan on how to do it. And then his teacher makes him recite Shakespeare.
Oh, okay. Got some stuff about the high school. Okay,
please.
This was immediately Molly was upset. She said, this is... First of all, her like entire school was like 200 people, but like she said her high school had not one set of stairs, and this school's got stairs and fucking parking lots and all this shit. She's like, we didn't even have a stair at the high school. That's a fancy ass building, and she's like, there's no teachers with ties on.
Nope.
Like my sister-in-law told a story of one of the kids in her class once was trying to get in trouble, and that he brought a can of beer and cigarettes to class. He lit a cigarette and cracked a beer and put his feet on the table and nothing.
He said, I hope you brought it up for everybody.
I've got a couple, because I grew up in an area like this in Washington, right? So number one, our science teacher, shop teacher, and PE teacher was the same guy.
I went to a high school like that too.
Yeah. Did you also have teachers that ended up fucking students?
Yes. So part two, my friend Bruce used to just load a big, like, one of those 44-ounce trucker mugs that you get at like the fucking truck stops. He used to load that up with whiskey.
Oh my God.
And Coke.
It's like two fucking bottles.
And he would just go through his day drinking that all day.
Jesus
Nobody ever
Christ.
cared.
Did this guy die looking like a fucking minion with all the fucking liver damage that he did to himself?
I have so many Bruce stories. Bruce is the guy that tried to knock a deer out with a mag light. He's one of my favorite fucking people, by the way. I have so many Bruce stories. But the third one is...
See, you make fun of me with all my fucking friends with the stupid names, but we never tried to knock a fucking animal out.
Because his name is Bruce.
A normal name.
And that's a normal name. And then the final one
his name wasn't like Bongo or something.
My home ec teacher was fucking this kid named JB, and he was 19.
Well, he was legal.
And he was... he was a junior.
Oh.
So it was okay.
So, Eddie, here's one comment that,
So do they count it as he's 19 or that he's a junior?
Eddie, here's one thing that Molly also said. Maybe this will check out for you or Candice as well. Is that during the lunch scene, she said, "Well, this isn't accurate at all. Nobody's beating their girlfriend."
Wow! No wonder she was quick to get out of that town.
No, it was in the 90s. We were more chaste in the 90s. There wasn't a lot of woman beating going on.
Yeah, you guys were.
Yeah, it wasn't like now. It's a free for all. You can just.
Alanis Morissette just had an album come out, so people respected women.
Yeah, there's just deer beating.
Yeah,
they couldn't beat their women, so they beat their.
No, it's just because she said there was a part in her high school where. Actually, the same family of the kid who cracked open the beer and smoked the cigarettes in class. His older brother stood up one time in the middle of lunch and punched his girlfriend right in the face.
Wow.
Just right there in the lunchroom. Yeah.
What'd she say?
No. We used to smoke weed in metal shop, right? But we'd go in the arc. Jesus. We used to smoke weed in metal shop. We'd go in the arc welders where they have the hood over it and you can't go in, otherwise you'll go blind from the lights, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the big exhaust fan, but we never beat women. So that's on you. So,
wasn't me. I didn't live there.
Fucking vampires, by the way. So, then that night, he explains that the vampires have to hide being vampires or they get their heads ripped off by all of the
did you guys
elders.
See that? One of the leaders of the Volturi, did you recognize him? The blonde one? He's from Stranger Things. He's Henry.
No, I was ignoring them.
He's number one. Henry.
He's Henry.
Number one from Stranger Things.
Oh, I've never actually seen that show.
Oh, he's Henry.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
I paused it and I was like, oh my god, sweetie, look at this. And my husband calls him secret sex lips. I don't know why he calls him that.
What? Thanks for having me. I just came back. What?
Your husband's got the movie.
What about these secret sex lips?
Can we get your husband on the show? I need to talk to him.
I paused it and I was like, oh my god, look who that is. And he goes, oh my god, it's secret sex lips.
Secret sex lips.
Jesus. Molly just said, she goes, it's that meme. And I'm like, the what? Apparently this is a meme of the Volturi, of like these guys looking down this banister or something. I didn't get the reference. So.
No?
Nobody else?
I've seen a lot of Twilight jokes.
So nope. Yeah, I only know TikTok from like the watches, like Tim said.
Yeah, and the kids lighting homeless people on fire on TikTok.
Oh, is that what they're doing
And
now?
it's Mike.
Yeah. Oh, Candice, does your son know Andrew Tate? Yeah, that's what he says.
Does he know anybody who knows who Andrew Tate is? Because that's the other question, right? So, come on, Ken, you got to take it to the next level.
My son doesn't.
Maybe he doesn't know who he
watch
is,
TikTok. He watches
probably
YouTube
somebody
shorts.
at school knows.
That's his thing.
You do know that YouTube Shorts are just TikToks that have been moved over to YouTube, right?
What do you mean YouTube Shorts? That's
I don't know exactly
what the fuck is that.
My wife sends it to me every once in a while too. Yeah, it's something where it's just like 3-4 seconds of video. You just press.
Mike,
swipe
it's
up,
something that Candice would love because it's very short. You don't have to pay attention to it a lot, and there's no artistic value.
So let's talk about Resolution. Remember that movie I said was really good?
We go.
So they're in the woods.
Vampires.
Yeah, they got a new movie coming out too with something.
He's
in
like,
the dirt.
Bella, let's get married, and like, so I thought, that was a weird way to end it.
So the vampires throw her a surprise party, and she gets a paper cut opening a gift. So then Edward throws her through a wall.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Yes.
See, I told you.
This is incredible.
This is what happens in Washington. You abuse women.
You fucking put Bella in a wheelchair.
I was going to say, when Molly said nobody punched their girlfriend, then this scene happened. I said,
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's the makeup. It wasn't a punch. It was a whole fucking spinal
Which, by the way, rips her arm open. This starts a fucking riot. And then the dad, just stitches her up and whines.
And Candice, I know I probably asked you this in the first episode, but what happens? I mean, she's a teenage girl, right? What happened? Can she not go over her in-laws' house certain days of the month?
What happens if she gets a period?
Remember? Well, I guess you don't remember.
Yeah,
I was like, that gets brought up in other vampire stories where and in young adult vampires, because I remember reading this in the 90s.
Oh, good God!
Is it considered eating?
No, this one vampire, the way.
Cheese?
Thank God.
This one vampire book called "Silver Kisses." I can't remember who wrote it. But she got her period, and so he went down on her and sucked it all out and licked her maxi pad.
Oh God!
Well, yeah,
you asked.
Oh God! Yeah, I know. I probably asked for the second time, and next time we do the part 3, whatever the fuck that one is.
We're not going to
partial eclipse or whatever the fuck that is. We're doing it, Eddie. I don't care.
Tim. So.
Patreons. What level do we have to get for Patreon members?
$900 a month.
I want $900 a month.
So
maybe
no,
we'll
Candice. Yeah. So Candice, women are disgusting.
Thanks, man.
They're writing this shit. Fucking terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah, for all the shit that you women give us men for dirty fucking perverted
Then
toys,
you
and then 50 Shades.
You're reading books where a man's licking a fucking maxi pad.
I was like,
Jesus Christ.
I was in middle school when I read that book too.
Oh, that's good.
He's dipping that thing with blood in a fucking water.
Well, that's got a string attached to it, right? So
that's an old joke.
This is made for Duncan. I know it's an
vampire-
old joke. I'm old enough, Candice, to know. I read a book called Truly Tasteless Jokes Part 2, and that's what
What's
was in the
another
book.
word for a tampon? A vampire's teabag.
All right. So then the dad.
Well, the other joke I know, what happens if your Kotex catches on fire? You throw it on the floor and tampon.
Thanks for having me, Eddie.
Yeah. Anyhow, Mike, thanks for joining. No. So the fucking dad, she's asking him, well, how come he won't change me? And the dad's all like, well, because he thinks it's going to damn you because we're all Christians or whatever.
Who cares? Also, they're vegans.
No, they're Mormons. They're the Mormons.
No, because they only have one.
So, wait, hold on. If you're the Mormon, you want to bring more fucking women into the fucking
because
fold,
they only
right?
have one partner each.
We don't know that for certain, do we? Because none of them are actually related, but they all call
There's
each
a
other
lot of
brother
women,
and sister,
and that one dad could be
mother,
banging
right?
them all out. That's a good point, Tim.
Have you ever seen a vampire stuck in in a dryer? With how fast they can move. Jesus Christ, you get done 12 times.
Oh, vampire, what are you doing?
So, can anybody explain to me why they're vegan vampires? Why they don't have blood?
Because it's some fucking treaty I have written down. We're gonna figure this shit out later on. Where if any of the fucking Cullens draw any human blood, that's it. The whole fucking truce is over. But you're only there for 10 fucking
it's so
years.
Easy. This crazy broad wrote all these fucking stories, right? And her whole thing in her head is being about to get a dick in you, but not getting a dick in you. And that's literally everything for her. That's why the werewolf can't kiss her. That's why Edward can't kiss her. That's why they can't eat humans. Nobody can fucking commit to anything in this fucking movie. Everything is just always oh, well, let's get up and edge as much as we can. And then we're going to name 5 cereals that we love and go love Gavin McGinnis.
Yeah.
This movie is nothing but a bunch of pre-coms.
Did this ever check out? Did you ever say something like, God, I feel like Bella, I just can't get a dick?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel that way sometimes.
Oh, wow, Candice, you should have said, why are you treating me like Bella? Yeah. Come on, man.
She goes, I feel like I can relate to her. It's she's always getting real close to this relationship that she really wants, but for some reason the guy's such a goddamn puss that he doesn't pull the trigger. So that's just my feeling on the books.
I'm worried about this guy that Candice was friends with. This guy, honestly,
because this is really, I'm sorry, as a guy, this is kind of blowing my mind. That a chick was hanging out with a guy and she was down the fuck. I'm sorry, Candice, but that's what you were. If you're going to read those books and watch that movie for a dude, you were down the fuck. And he didn't fucking pull the trigger. It's literally
against everything as a man that you are. To be you know what's really cool is this book about being chased.
Oh, you want to have sex? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep reading of this book. Watch these movies.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's a sick thing to do. Oh, I know you like me, but I like another guy, so nothing can ever happen. I'm a guy. I like some other chick.
Was this guy a church guy?
He was an atheist.
That's it.
What the fuck is happening? What?
Wow, man.
Candice,
you can
this
even
doesn't make any sense.
No.
Why does it?
No.
What? It's
I know,
because
this
I'm a
is crazy.
disgusting
For real,
person. There's a reason why no one would have sex with me.
No.
Candice, he was hanging out with you, so you can't be a disgusting person, okay? You're not a disgusting person. That's bullshit.
No.
Whatever. You got Cookie Monster
Tim,
bras, man. You make
Let's
people
entertain
smile.
this. Candice, it's because you're a disgusting person, right?
I just assumed it was because I was not attractive enough.
Okay. Why is he talking
because
to you?
I am a very good conversationalist.
Yep, that's right. And you're filling in all the toilets over.
Oh my God! You think guys talk to women for fun?
To me,
especially a teenager. Let's just qualify that, Eddie. A teenager guys. Teenager guys are not.
We were in our 20s.
Hey,
we were not teenagers.
Hey Tim, how many women are you hanging out with recreationally that your wife doesn't bring along?
So in your 20s, that makes even less sense.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, because at that point, you're not going to come in like 2 seconds.
Not the first time it happened that I was, DTF, and the dude was like, "No, I just like you as a friend."
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Holy shit. You know what, Candice? Yeah. I'm sorry for you, but that really makes me feel bad.
We've all been there, Candice. Trust me. Everybody else on this podcast has been there.
Every guy has been there. You might be the only woman in the whole world who's been there, but...
Yep, I've been friend-zoned more than once. Yep.
Welcome to our world. You want to give up some circles?
This is the best night of my life. Oh my God.
Man, I'm just going to say this real quick. Some of the women I fucked.
Man, Eddie's dying. He's dying over there.
You know what, Candice? You just got Nathan because Eddie told Charlie, they're like, "Hey, you know what? I'll do New Moon just so we can get Candice
over and over again."
No, let's get back to this fucking movie. I'm gonna die.
God. Well, now I feel like we've opened a real sore spot, Candice, and I feel bad. Kind of.
Obviously, it wasn't a sore spot when she was a teenager.
She wishes she was sore.
And he was like 24 or something.
Oh, I need a minute, guys. I gotta catch my breath. Oh man,
it is really for real. It is a crazy ass story because it's just I've just always been under the impression that if a guy is hanging out with a chick and if she's like, "Hey, you know what? For whatever reason, you want to fuck?"
Twilight and Nicholas Sparks.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I just keep going back to it, Candice, and I'm like, no, I can't accept this. I can't accept where it is.
Well, I've never read Nicholas Sparks, but isn't he like a saccharine style thing where it's like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I loved you for 55 fucking years. I get to travel back in time, and now we're 18 years old again, and I'm like, fuck you, Candice. No. I'm going to go look for something better.
I'm going to go fucking hitchhike across America. Whoops, I only made it to Texas. Also, I'm just going to randomly move in and marry this girl. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
No.
I have no money.
Not
Let
just
me call the girl
some random girl. My best friend.
Jesus Christ. This guy. Yeah. What the fuck?
Was he just pumping you for information on the best friend?
Probably was.
Was he all like, so what are you and I'm gonna call her Mindy? What are you and Mindy like for lunch? And then
No. Yep. I know.
Hey, what do you and Mindy like to listen to
I am
for music?
The most pathetic woman on the face of the earth, and I was the most pathetic girl.
No.
Oh my God.
No, hold on here. Get it.
No, Candice, there's something wrong with him.
No.
Because even if you are the most pathetic woman on the face of the earth, he should
Tim, you nailed it exactly. Tim, this is on him.
Yes,
thank you. I feel so much better now.
This is on him.
I've never been under the age of 30 years old and turned down any pussy.
Hold on.
Well, there you go, Candice. I hope you feel better. Tim has never turned down in his entire life.
Tim wouldn't turn down dead people, and he's like, "Hey, listen."
My opinion, at 53 years old, my wisdom has taught me that if you're under 30 and you turn down pussy for any reason, under any circumstance...
Okay, I have.
Well, I mean, look, if you're married...
No, not married, single.
That's a different thing. Wow. Oh, was it the stinky pussy one who would fucking stink up the whole house?
Okay, so then twice. No. This was this other broad. What the fuck was her name? Anyhow, she said her favorite color was clear. She was like the stupidest person I've ever met.
God. Go, run.
I've never
favorite color.
I've never met somebody who was so stupid. Yeah.
No, I knew a chick like that and I could have closed a deal on it. How about that?
I don't know.
It's not even a goddamn color. What the fuck are you talking about? You mean your favorite color is air?
She's just doing that shit. She's just doing that shit.
So one night,
she's just doing that shit.
It's the same thing as like some fucking teenage guy going like, "The world is shit."
No, Tim, she was being genuine. She meant
I should say, Eddie, I can't tell you this is truthful. I'm being 100% audience here.
Uh-huh.
My wife, the school that she went to for college, their colors for the school, it's an art school, their colors were gray and clear.
She should have gone to this school.
So the flag was just gray and cellophane.
So one night, me and my friend Tom, we were
Reynolds rap or whatever it was.
We were hanging out at a party, and she came up to me and she kind of hit on me, and I literally like walked over to a bush and threw up.
Oh Jesus, Eddie, you're so dramatic. You are so dramatic.
What? How drunk were you?
No, I literally, because there was something so unappealing about her at that moment, I threw up, and I don't throw up alcohol. I'm fucking cheap.
I've never made a guy. I've never made a guy throw up, so I guess I've got that much going for me.
I remember one time where my friend, without saying his full name, but Spiro, got so drunk that throwing up on New Year's Eve, and then he ended up making out with some chick. And I was like, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
And as far as I know, this
so Edward breaks up with Bella because he says his family's got to move because Carlisle looks too young.
I love this. He's been like 10 for 10 years, so we gotta go.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Again, how does Carlisle look too young compared to the guys who go into high school for 10 fucking years? And again, just do homeschooling.
Also, I'll just tell you guys, nobody in Forks would care if they were vampires because nobody would fucking care. They stick to themselves. Like, they don't like...
They're like, hey, let's make a deal. Can you keep the fucking
in a
tourists
small town?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get involved in other people's fucking business.
Can you do like what they do in Italy? Can you take like 100 tourists and just make them disappear without anybody
asking? In fact, this
question?
would be the perfect place to live if you're a vampire because nobody would fucking care. They're just do your shit.
There's no sun, man.
Don't come on my property. I won't come on yours.
The acting in this scene is so fucking comatose. This is supposed to be like
I just understand.
It's supposed to be like their hearts are breaking utterly, so bad that they're going to die.
Yeah.
But they're just biting their lips and staring.
You know how you know that, Candice? Yeah, because we see her reading a book called Romeo and Juliet.
Did you say
Romeo and Juliet? Each other, right?
Grumio and Juliet.
Did you see that book cover? It's a fucking vampire fucking Juliet.
So Grumio. She's all like, no, that can't be the case. That can't be really why we're breaking up. And he's like,
Grumio.
And he's like, nah, I just actually don't want you anymore, bitch. So now you behave while I'm gone, and I'm not going to come back. Then you'll forget me.
No. Hold on, Eddie. Here's what's even crazy is because he basically tells her, look, I'm leaving you. Don't kill yourself.
Right.
Fuck Candice.
What?
Right? Candice.
What?
Don't do anything reckless.
Just like this.
Yeah, did he give you this speech?
He fucking just left town. One day he walks up and he's like,
I'm marrying your best friend, Candice. Please don't kill yourself, okay? Don't do anything reckless. Don't stand up at our wedding.
And then, by the way, our strong female lead in this movie just lays down in the woods.
Not a strong female lead. I was gonna.
Okay.
Oh my
god! This drives me up the fucking wall.
Scarface fucking wolf lady is more
She is like the fucking gothic novel heroines, like Catherine from Wuthering Heights, who dies because she gets upset. She gets in a fight with her boyfriend and dies.
Yeah.
This is on that level.
Basically.
Like, oh, I could just die. Oh, I just did.
Oh, it's almost like the last leaf.
Look, as a man, Candice, I obviously can't speak for women, but like to me, it's felt like an incredibly
sure we can. Come on, it's America.
insulting character for women, especially ones that like it's so faint. Like they love this story in these series, but it's like
a woman wrote it. Like
so
well, that makes it worse. Like Jesus Christ, like she can't do anything. The whole point of this movie, as we're going to go on, which there's barely a fucking point, is Bella is so goddamn helpless that she literally needs a man to help her function day to day. She has no purpose,
and she will try to kill herself to get the
it's
attention.
It's so problematic and toxic.
It's
yeah. She can't. She literally just lives
That's Mormonism,
for men,
baby.
to please men. That is her sole point of existence.
And let me tell you, this bitch can fucking flip the switch pretty damn quick too, right?
Of making her own decisions or having her own life. Yeah. It always has to revolve around the man. Oh, it's very insulting.
No,
you're right.
Fuck this bitch, though. The level of effort people are willing to put in for her, and she is literally nothing.
Yes. Why are her friends her friends?
That's
not the vampire ones. Why are they supposed to be like the geeky guys, the outcasts? Why are they her
convenience?
Friends? This, especially after all
because
the stuff,
she's Mrs.
right?
Personality. Charisma, Tim. Charisma. So now then,
so
then I say better. Just like, okay, so she decides to go her own way. No, she just lays there and cries until some random shirtless werewolf guy carries her home.
My God. Yeah. And let me tell you, I could just imagine if you're a fucking teenage girl and you're seeing this in the movie for the first time, or you're reading this, however this fucking idiot writer decides to describe this shit, you're like, oh shit, okay. Jacob. Oh,
yeah, she's reading with one hand.
Shake-up. Finally, a shake-up, yeah. And she's passed out. Maybe she's going to get stuck in between
I just see this, and I just see that there's like cops, right, that are looking for her. Her dad's looking for her. He's a cop, right?
Yeah, no, they're not even looking for her yet. Tim. She's only been gone for like 3 or 4 fucking hours at this time, and like the whole town is centered around like it's evil
everybody's
dies
looking
tonight.
for her,
Evil
right?
Dies tonight.
Mm-hmm. She gets drug out of the scraggly woods by a shirtless guy that doesn't pass the paper.
A person of color,
right? Yeah, exactly. And everybody's like, that's probably cool. She's probably okay. Yeah, that would fucking happen. So then Bella has an emo montage.
Oh my God!
I guess she's having.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? How does that guy not get arrested until she wakes up and says he didn't
kill
him?
She has nightmares where she wakes up screaming in the middle of the night. And
oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Fuck
that! Yeah, like the dad is like waking up to take care of her. I'm like, no, fuck that! I'd kick my kid out so fast.
Yeah. I don't care if you're 16, 18, 20 years old and putting a fucking CPAP mask on your face.
Yeah, I mean, we should say. They're not just
she's
dreams.
Screaming.
She's waking up in the middle of the night screaming.
Shrieking. Like a banshee.
Yeah. Put her in a padded room.
And then Mike.
There are no casts.
And then Mike, you're going to love this shit, right? So she breaks out and decides to go see Dawn of the Dead. And her and her friend start ripping on how bad of a movie it is because it's like anti-consumerism. The balls on this,
but like the way that they're doing it is too much in your face.
The balls on this piece of shit movie to criticize any other fucking movie at all. Come on,
especially good genre.
See, that's
movies,
the thing,
right?
Eddie. Like if you're just self-aware, you're like, oh yeah.
No, but come on, for real. The people who Candice, that guy who got away,
God, no,
he wasn't in the zombies, right? See. So if you're if this is the kind of books that you're reading and this is the kind of movie you're seeing, yeah, you know what? The people who like zombie movies, they're
people like me.
Freaks.
Yeah.
And then I wonder why I get friend zoned.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that, Candice. Jesus
Christ.
God.
So then she sees this.
Well, you said he's a mental.
Well, like I said,
right?
he wasn't the first.
It all washed out in the end.
No, not that part.
Put in a mental institution. Candice. Yeah, Candice literally got that crazy pussy.
I don't know if I told this story. Probably shouldn't say this on the main feed, but I once did get a girl to leave my.
It's not your main feed. It's our main.
Once got a girl to leave my high school.
Oh, I think he was the biter.
Okay.
The biter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all remember the story of the biter.
You got her to leave the high school. What does that mean?
Way. Like she had to leave the school.
Because no guy wanted a blowjob off her after he's like.
She bit your dick?
Her nickname is Sharky.
It's like Mike got his revenge.
That's it? God bit your dick and you told
it? If I've already told the story, I'm not going to tell it again.
I don't know. I don't listen.
I'll give the brief rundown. She was making out with Mike, and she bit his lip so hard that he bled, and he didn't know he was bleeding, and went back to school, and like his friend is like, dude, you're bleeding.
That's it?
Like, what? I can't be bleeding. The only thing I've done is make that with that girl over there, Michelle. And then everybody's like, what? She bit you? Oh, hey, biter.
That's it?
Was it.
Well, it was a little bit more involved, but okay. We can go. Continue.
I got the yoke with the silver.
Continue.
Okay, thank you. I will, Mike. So then she sees this gang of biters and remembers the first movie when Edward rescued her from the guys that tried to like gang rape her outside of the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, can we say she keeps saying the phrase "pale faces," and that was really like bothering me. What the fuck is she talking about? She's
her. Yeah,
she's calling herself a.
See, look, if you're a pale face like that, you can say pale face on any res in the whole country. I don't care. If you're as fucking white as Bella is, you can call yourself a pale face.
That's like me talking about how I don't like light-skinned white people.
It's like a gringo or a gaijin.
You know,
it's white people.
Yeah, red bones, ginger.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, you didn't know what pale face meant?
No, I know what it meant. I was just like, is this because they're vampires, or is it just like a racist thing? Like, what's going on here?
I think it's both.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Racist thing.
I think that she should call them like coldies or something. She needs a better term.
Is that like baldies from
Now, see, my favorite expression for white people is blue bloods because they're so white that you can actually see the blood in their fucking arms. I was gonna say, right?
So she remembers when.
No, it wasn't good.
So when she almost got gang raped outside of a coffee house, that's what
she remembers almost getting gang raped, getting coffee, and how.
Also, I don't know where they are. By the way, this is not Forks. There's no bridge. There's no stoplights. There's no downtown with people walking.
There's no motorcycle gang.
They say in the movie they go to Port Angeles. This is supposed to be Port Angeles.
No, this is also my in-laws. My other set of in-laws live in Port Angeles. This is not Port Angeles. This doesn't look like it at fucking all.
How far is Port Angeles from wherever this is supposed to be
40 miles.
Place?
This is Toronto. This is like who the fuck knows?
It's like where the fuck are they?
So she walks up to all these bikers, and she's all like,
"I love this."
Starts hallucinating that Edward's
by the way,
there.
They're lucky that she just turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
you mean they're lucky?
No. When I have Candice, this is going to be really fucked up. But
yeah, they're very
lucky
nice.
That they're very accommodating.
Well, the bikers.
It wasn't mean.
In the end of the day, like these bikers are actually nicer to her than any other group of people.
So you know what, Eddie? You're right. These are probably Canadian bikers.
He's like, "Hey, you want to ride on the bike? What's that?"
Sorry, am I going too fast?
Yeah. So she jumps on the bike with this dude, and he just takes her for a ride. He doesn't like try to finger her or anything like that.
Well, no. Here's what I have written down: is can't you tell a bitch on the back of the bike you're going to do a wheelie?
Jesus.
Right?
He doesn't do a wheelie, though. He just, like, rides around the neighborhood.
He does a wheelie. He does a wheelie.
They just kind of, like, have this nice, pleasant ride.
Grabs it a little. And
then she runs it.
Yeah, she freaks out because she thinks she sees her ex-boyfriend in the middle of the road and makes him fucking damn near dump his bike.
Oh, that's going to happen later on when she's riding the bike. You know, like, hey, you know what, you stupid fucking vampire? You really want to protect your girlfriend? Stop projecting yourself behind her on a bike.
So then the biker is like, yeah, this broad's crazy. So he goes and ditches her back at the bar because she's saying,
yeah, because no biker wants crazy pussy.
And so then she steals 2 dirt bikes from the dump and makes Jacob fix them for her.
Oh, okay, got a part in this. Okay. There is a real local Forks reference in this part. They get pizza delivered. Okay.
Yes.
During this bike thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. When she throws a pizza
place.
It's called Chicago Ruse, which used to be a pizza place in Forks. It doesn't exist anymore. RUS. R-U-S, Chicago Ruse. Okay. Now, that was one of the 2 pizza places that was in town. The other one is Pacific Pizza. And Molly loved Chicago Ruse, and it closed. And she goes, well, the only thing that's wrong is that was the one that didn't deliver. So this movie still fucking sucks. Can't get one goddamn thing right.
Hell yeah.
Wow, holy shit. You know, I can't, my mind can't wrap around the people who grew up in a fucking town when you had children.
Now there's one.
Now there's one. What's the incentive? That's like the EA of fucking pizzas. They have no fucking incentive to make good
They do have a Madden
The only thing we have is a Domino's.
No, they just put ketchup on a saltine, and then they put some string cheese on it, and they tell you to suck a dick.
Wait, hold on. Candice, you only have
they don't even deliver
around
here.
You that will deliver?
You have to drive 20 minutes away to get the Domino's.
What?
Can you imagine driving out?
So wait a second, hold on, Candice. Are you doing? Have you seen that commercial? Maybe they're not playing it in your neck of the woods, but in New York they're playing it where like they'll give you like $3 off your pizza if you go pick it up yourself and quote unquote deliver it to your house.
Candice, where do you live? Like, is your internet like a fucking tin can?
She's in fucking
I've had to like go back and re-edit podcast episodes because Candice's fucking internet fell apart because like old
like literally fell apart.
Yeah.
Like okay, let me give you
old Zeke in the shed like dropped the antenna.
Like, this is a good snapshot of the town that I live in right now.
Oh.
Right now, Candice's son is standing on the roof with an
it's a population of 1,200. That's how many people live in this town. The high.
Oh my god!
I actually think there's more than 4.
There's more people than on my block where I live right now, Candice.
Yeah, and the high school, the middle school, and the elementary school are all in the same building. Also,
and it's the church.
There is one restaurant in town,
on the prairie,
and the people who own that restaurant, and the people who own that also own the lawn care business that services the area. Also, the hairstylist that I go to is also the leader of the Chamber of Commerce for the town. Oh, I do. I get some
you get some real good dirt, right?
On all 19 people that live there.
You know, hey.
So when I say
we're going to overturn the election.
We don't even have a stoplight. It literally just flashes red. There's one 4-way, and it's one flashing red light. Yep.
Wow. Candice lives in Sports, Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah, your town's smaller than 4.
And the closest McDonald's is 30 minutes away.
Nice.
My God!
So
if you hold on, Candice, what I want to know is if you downloaded
we do not have
Eats, do you
there's
have
one
Uber
delivery driver, right?
Okay. We have Postmates.
We don't have a delivery service.
Like, what's the thing that
exist? There's one restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she has to drive to Domino's.
Wow. You think that'd be like the easiest fucking thing? You need like the cheapest fucking app and like 2 cars, and that's it. Like maybe 2 bicycles.
Yeah, where are you from?
There's
5 people.
If you're 30 minutes away from fucking McDonald's, you gonna tell me you can't fucking have a thing where it's just like fucking people going to McDonald's, hanging out at fucking McDonald's in your car and your Uber and getting orders.
I would just buy a gross of the frozen White Castle sliders and then be like, hey, I opened up a White Castle and deliver them to people's fucking houses.
You know what's fucked up? All the supermarkets I have, they only have the fucking cheeseburger sliders.
So there is someone here who had started doing DoorDash and went out of business because it was not cost effective because everything's so far away, it was never worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the gig economy, motherfucker. Now middle America knows what's going on.
Drive 30 minutes to McDonald's, drive 30 minutes back. How many of those deliveries can you do in a day?
A fucking hour for McDonald's.
Gas is like what?
Oh my God.
Yep.
What? The food at McDonald's isn't good.
I could literally... Right now, Candice, I could pause this fucking podcast and in 15 minutes be back here with
Burger King. They have Jacob and the Broad.
Oh, no, the closest Burger King's 45 minutes away. And that's going 65 miles an hour down the highway.
Bella.
Yeah, Eddie, so they're in Italy.
Drive by a cliff, and then we hear that Sam's got a cult. I wasn't really paying attention. Then Bella eats shit on a dirt bike, and I rewound it like 5 times.
Fucking amazing when she almost cracked her head open. That was great.
Yeah, hold on. Because the other thing I have written down is like, hey, shouldn't you learn the fucking gas and the clutch before you get on the fucking motorcycle that you've been building for 3 fucking months?
So then she was like, okay, Bella, it's time for you to finally do something on your own. Here you go. This is easy enough. Here's the gas. Here's the brake. Here's the clutch.
Learning how to ride a dirt bike on a straight road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
And what she do?
Dies
on
from that.
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
She found the only rock to crash into.
There's no goddamn rocks except the one that she almost.
No, hold on. Here we go again. This bitch is trying to kill herself just so she can see a fucking ghost image of Edward.
Viva Cabela is what we got going on.
And she's trying to make him jealous by hanging out with the werewolf because she knows that he can see her because he shows up to her. He has vision.
Yeah, all right, okay. That's a question that I have written. That's a question I have.
Yes.
For real. I don't know. Candice, you read the books? Okay. Is she really torn between Jacob and Edward? Or is it that she's just using... Because I have written down, at one point, she's like telling this guy, like, oh, you're beautiful, I love you. And then she fucking turns on it down. It's like, but I'll never fucking take you over
she's
Edward.
totally
He's
using
the one
him.
for me.
She has absolutely no intentions of ever...
I didn't read the book.
Tim, it's the classic. You've been there. Come on. It's the girl saying to you, Tim, and I know you've heard this in your life. Yeah. Tim, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you know what?
And this is like the Jacob. In this scenario. It's okay. God. Jacob's admirable.
We've all been the Jacob. We've all been there.
Yeah.
All right? We get
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
But Jacob is a pussy too because he's like, come on, man, just grab a fucking neck and kiss her already. Jesus Christ, she's into you at this point, right?
Yeah, Tim. Force her. Force it on her. Hold her down.
If a chick is telling in this situation, she's like, you know what, I really, really like you. And I think you're beautiful.
Tim, you know exactly.
That's like, oh, you know what? That's two green lights.
You know what she wants. Don't worry about what she says. That's a good point, Tim.
Just grab her.
Look, hold on. We gotta find out throughout this movie is this girl's easily manipulated, right? So you never know what the hell she's talking about. What
sometimes
the hell she
you
really
gotta
wants.
tell them what they
you gotta
want.
grab them by the pussy.
Hey, like you gotta do the werewolf.
Grab by the neck, grab by the puss. What's the difference, Tim?
No. If you're a werewolf, you fight them by the pussy.
Exactly, Tim. So he gets fucking cock blocked on this equation.
Oh my god! And okay, I gotta say. Is anybody else having a hard time understanding, not just like even what they're saying? I couldn't understand the words. I swear to God.
Happens on the whole fucking time. Everybody's mumbling.
No, it's a word.
But yes, they're mumbling, but then also what they're actually saying, the words they're saying, I don't understand. It doesn't form coherent thoughts.
Because it's straight from the book. No. That's why it doesn't make any sense. And it's bad writing.
Okay, so I'm not a moron. Yeah. I swear, I thought I was having a fucking stroke. I'm like, I can't understand English anymore. What the fuck are they talking about?
A screenplay from
here's my theory on this. Here's my theory is, on the first book, like a lot of bands on their first album, they have a long time to work on it and refine it. So it's about as good as it's going to get. And when the movie hit and the book hit, she had no idea what the right
Tim gave it a 6.5 on the first movie.
Oh, this one I'm going to give like a 7.
So,
but no, I think she didn't know that the book was going to take off. She had no idea for the second book. She's like, I'm writing this, just who the fuck cares? So maybe I can get off thinking that somebody is jerking off to my fucking porn book about a fucking vampire.
Porn book where sex never happens.
And she had no fucking idea for the second book or this anything like that. So okay. It hit. You got 8 months to come out with a new book, and this is where she
playing
came
with the bell or something. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's my wife playing with the cat outside.
So my wife said that I have to read the section of the next book that's where they actually end up fucking because it's like fucking but written for children, and I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Please tell me.
Oh no! Let me go. Let me get into this. Okay, so when they actually get married and they have sex, and she's still human, and Edward's, and Edward's still a vampire.
She's still human.
So he fucks her so hard that he leaves bruises and scratches and not bite marks, but like bruises and scratches on her.
I mean, that's normal.
Yeah, I know. When I read that part in the book, my love interest was like, that was disgusting, and I was like, whatever, that was great. I was like, that sounds like good sex.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh wait, hold on, Candice. Hold on, Candice. Come on. You know what? Now you know what? I don't feel bad for you anymore. This shit is on you. You met this fucking guy. He's in the fucking Nicholas Spark in this book, and when finally they fucking
he doesn't like the fact that it was so violent.
Books, he's like, this shit's disgusting.
He should have looked her in the eyes and said, "You're not going to shit right for a week," and then just went to fucking town.
Yeah. And then, like 3 weeks later, we see Bella. She's like
they literally break the frame of the bed.
Oh my god!
I was hoping it would be more like, because they can run so fast that it would only took like 10 seconds. Like not even. You know, he's just.
No, hold on. No, here's the thing. You know, Mike, you just hit it. Vampires, if they can both do that shit so fast, they can fucking fuck in like 3.3.
But maybe they can get it up immediately afterwards. So it's like there's no break. So it's like bam, bam, bam. Oh, they do, because she gets pregnant.
Yeah, she gets pregnant. She has a baby.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, hold on. Here's the thing: I haven't seen all the movies in a while, but Candice, doesn't she get pregnant from a vampire because she's special and only she's been the only one who fucked a vampire and being able to get pregnant?
What he tells all the girls.
No, yes. It's happened before. There actually is a precedent for it.
Oh yeah,
but it's very, very rare.
So anyhow, she fucking goes back to school. We find out that bears are eating people. She goes on a date with Jacob and Cuckboy to the movie.
Oh my god, this fucking scene. This is incredible. This fucking scene.
This is what I thought the movie. I was like, okay, so there's probably only like 20 minutes left in this movie, right?
No, there's an hour left. So she
no, man, they haven't got out of the country.
With these two fucking assholes, and she's like both of their hands.
I thought that was so
like,
funny. I was like, if I was in that situation, I'd put my hand in both of theirs and then raise an eyebrow and be like, do a little around the world, a little Eiffel Tower action.
3 holes, no waiting. And by the way, the movie they're going to is called Punch Face. I'd rather see Punch Face.
Yeah.
Like
because the other movie that they could have seen is Love spelled backwards is still love, right?
No, I'd rather see Punch Face than this movie.
Punch Face. But here's the thing: is
punch my own face.
This dude is like, "Hey, everything's okay with you now, right? You're finally over that guy Edward, right? Yeah." And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I ask you out to a movie sometime with just me and you?" And she's like, deadpan, sawdust coming out of her mouth and eyes while she talks. Yes, I'd like to go to a movie with you.
Yeah.
Then she turns around and goes, "Hey, gang, why don't we all go to a movie at the same time together?" And they all look at him. And like, "Oh shit, we all know that he wants to fuck her. He's finally worked up the courage after 10 years to ask her out." And she says yes. So they all like, okay. But then they don't show up. But guess who shows up? Wolf Boy.
Yeah.
How the fuck is Wolf Boy?
She invited Jacob.
Yeah, she invited him.
She invited Jacob.
Yes, she had to invite Jacob. She's the only one who would have invited him.
Everybody she knows in town to come to this fucking movie. Her dad stood her up.
But they all, and I've written down is, you know what? These are, for this guy, these are cool friends because they all like, they know that he asked her out. He wanted to go out with her just by herself. She turned it into the thing with like, let's all go out together. So they're all like, "Oh, I have a stomach virus. I'm shitting out of my fucking ass. Water's shooting out all over the goddamn place, even though I'm Anna Kendrick. You don't want to see that shit. It's disgusting. You'll never use fucking Travago again." And we can't go. But then fucking Wolf Boy shows up.
Tim wrote so many jokes in this episode. He's got to fit them all in.
No. I swear to God, if we have the camera turned on, I haven't looked at one of my fucking notes yet. I'm just riffing like a mother. I'm riffing like that kid on Nathan for you. And rehearsal.
So they fucking go to the movie, and then he starts throwing up because he sees somebody get punched in the face.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like a fucking bitch ass.
Swallow that shit, man. Come on. At the very best, you can't do anything you're not going to ask her to do later on tonight. So swallow that fucking shit and just man up.
Exactly, Tim. You're right. Here goes swallow cum. If she's going
the deck.
How How bad of an action movie could it be that they're seeing in the middle of fucking Mormon town?
If you're in a movie theater, no, it's not that bad.
It's called Face Punch, right? Not Donkey. It's not Donkey Punch.
This guy's just a bitch ass. So then, fucking, they're outside,
hey, Mike,
and then Jacob shoots a shot. Right? Jacob's all like, "Hey, you want to, get out of here, do some stuff?" Bella's like, "Nah, I'm not into it." And then Jacob, like cuckboy, comes out of the fucking bathroom and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
He's reached puberty.
And then the guy's like,
his body's going through changes.
What?
Yeah,
that's puberty.
Oh yeah, because Bella's getting him a little bit hard now. So he's like, "I'm a wolf."
So then he leaves, and then fucking Bella goes over because he's all like, "I'm sick, I gotta go." And then Bella calls up. She's like, "What's wrong with him?" "Oh, he's got mono." He doesn't have mono.
He's got mono. Isn't it the kissing disease?
Mononucleosis. So then she goes fucking stage 4 Klingon and just starts calling him over and over and over. By the way, which she's been doing to Edward the whole time.
She's been writing emails to Alice.
No, hold on. Yeah, and which, by the way, Candice, she's looking at she's sending these fucking emails, and they all keep coming back like, can't return, shit like that. And the stupid idiot is still fucking writing them.
Maybe one day she'll reactivate that email account.
Oh, that's right. I forgot this fucking bitch. Alice can see the fucking future, so maybe if I think about something, she'll understand what the fuck it is instead of sending an email.
And then when we get to that, when she's her inner monologue of like a diary to Alice, "Dear Alice, I got a hangnail today." Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because at one point they just give the whole concept of fucking writing emails, and she's sitting in bed talking to Alice. Thinking.
So now she goes over to hang out with Jacob and see what's going on with him, and I guess he got really upset because he got a bad haircut and a stupid tattoo.
No, I will say this: once he cut the hair, I was like, "All right, you know what? I can take you like 2% more serious as a fucking person."
Because he was wearing that fucking comical wig. It was
definitely
that was a wig. I don't know.
Total
I think he grew that shit out
off his head by like 5 inches, man. He looked like fucking Annette from Frankie and Annette movies. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
this scene reminded me of something I learned that you guys probably already knew about movie making. Is like these scenes where it's like torrential downpour and there's this emotional scene happening in the rain. Once you actually look at the actors' faces, it's never raining on them. Because, you got, like, production people holding something over their head.
Yeah, because it would look fucking ridiculous.
Ever since someone pointed that out, I can never unsee it. And now I see it every single time. There's, like, a scene in the movie where it's raining. You never see the actors' faces actually being rained on. Ever.
That's gonna fuck
I would say, though, this checks out for Forks. Like, torrential downpours are like that. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, literally the worst place for rain. There's sometimes where the wind is so strong.
Well, the best place for
where
rain.
It goes sideways. So even if you're holding an umbrella or you got a coat on, it just somehow finds its way to your fucking face.
Dude, I remember that shit. Like I said, I'm from the Columbia Gorge, man. So that whole area is a fucking wind tunnel, and then it rains Washington, Oregon rain in a wind tunnel. So you just get smacked in the face. Umbrellas are like a joke. Like what the fuck is
around like fucking Charlie Brown?
It's an umbrella and a Captain American shit.
Well, Eddie knows people don't use umbrellas up here.
No.
If you walk around with an umbrella, they're like, "Oh, fucking tourists, let's run them out of town."
It gets all blown away.
Your shotguns and torches.
Yeah, no. That's true because there are certain parts in Manhattan that I know that walking around as a person who lived in Manhattan all my life. I lived in New York all my life. You don't use umbrellas. You just have to fucking take them down.
Why don't you use umbrellas?
Where Candice comes from.
Because he's from New York.
Because the wind gets us too much. It's gonna, no matter what, the wind's gonna just blow that shit halfway down the block. Which one of my favorite jokes?
Jim, slow down. It's okay.
So crazy, I got blown halfway down.
It's okay. You're talking so fast.
Jim, take a deep breath, okay?
Okay.
And I'm drinking, not doing coke.
You are talking like you're on coke, man. The last thing you said, your rant, you talk so fast, I literally could not understand.
Well,
you started going like, I come here, quit, and nobody uses a fucking umbrella. And it's like, what?
Let me tell you about this. There's a joke about this. There's a fucking joke we all know about it. I'll tell you about the joke that we all fucking know about. You ready for it, Mike? get that for a story.
Look,
I got that for a story. My buddy Balls and
podcast and put it at 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, Tim, you're with friends. It's okay, dude.
Yeah. No, Tim, I want to hear you take a deep breath through your nose and out your mouth. Go. I was expecting him to say pussy on the
No, he just took a hit.
Hold on, he hasn't said it yet.
So what's the joke, Tim? Go ahead. You forgot it. Oh, perfect. See, Mike, well done, buddy. You shut him down. So, okay. Then I guess he joined Sam's fucking cult, and he tells her to piss off. And she's like, oh, you told me you wouldn't hurt me. I don't know who's Sam. The guy jumping off the cliff.
He keeps saying these things that I didn't know until halfway through the movie who the fuck Alice was. I'm like, what is she?
Yeah,
paper?
exactly.
What are you talking about?
It's the psychic broad, but whatever.
You have to read the book.
So
fucker.
She wanders off into the fucking woods again, just whining about not seeing Edward. And then she sees just this douche, Laurent.
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? This like fucking New Orleans guy or something.
This is a guy who spends $3,000 on a pair of pants and a jacket.
He's from the first movie.
This guy belongs in some like Chicago-based all white people hip hop rap video.
This guy should have been in too.
He was like a guy from True Blood in this series. I'm like, no, you walked on the wrong set, buddy.
Yeah, because he's got slacks, a jacket, no shirt. Right?
And he's got like kind of like a New Orleans thing going on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Has that ever been a look to wear a jacket, a blazer with no shirt?
If you're a douchebag. And also fingerless gloves, which is a great look.
Oh, man, you guys don't...
Was he fucking selling newspapers? He needs to make a change?
Laying it when I dress like this in my 20s. You guys
yeah, Mike.
No idea.
Just cleaning
all
up
that
at the clubs.
So they thought you were wearing a shirt?
Mm. So
oh, look, he's
like, listen, this broad Victoria wants an eye for an eye because apparently Edward killed his
That was James
broad.
from the first movie.
I
Guys,
don't care.
I was so
not care.
Candice, I don't remember at all. And even though I watched this movie multiple times and seen them all a lot of times, I have no idea what. Whenever I watch a movie, it's like a standalone thing. I was like, what?
So I was so upset, guys, because I told you nothing happens in this movie, and I still stand by that. We are an hour, like 20 into this fucking movie, and they have finally decided to end the first act. Finally, something is an exciting incident here because, like, Edward leaving, not the thing. Doesn't fucking matter. This is the whole thing that incites everything for the rest of the movie is that, Eddie, please go ahead and explain it. And it was
by the way,
the 30 minutes in.
The movie literally ends where it fucking begins, by the way. But we'll get to that.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Yes. So,
suck it. We got your money.
2 hours and 10 minutes of, and there's no big set pieces. There's no fights. There's nothing, man. Nothing fucking.
We'll get to it.
There's
two set pieces we'll get to, Mike.
We'll said this in the fucking Discord. I want the people who made this movie audited. IRS, please. I'm asking you. I know the statute of limitations, like maybe it's been too long. I know this came out in like 2009. We need to see the financials. This is not $50 million worth of a movie on screen. No. Something is wrong.
This is honestly, because I'm going to be reviewing probably the worst movie I've seen and one of the best movies I've seen in the same week. This and Willy's Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland, nowhere near this budget. Shit happens.
Nothing happens in this movie, Eddie. Nothing. Like literally, they walk in the woods. They walk into a house.
So many walking in the woods. Movie. Okay, so then basically what happens is he's all like, I'm going to kill you. She says, no, I love Edward. And then the worst CGI wolves ever.
Well, no, hold on. Here's the best part is this guy says to her, he's like, so the Cullens aren't around anymore, right? They don't come around here too much anymore. And Edward pops up as his ghost thing, as his force thing. And he goes, lie to him. I'm like, motherfucker, tell me what the fuck should I say?
Show up. Also, by the way, Why do vampires drive cars in this world? Like, if you can run at supersonic speed.
Because, come on, man, you got to spend that money somehow, right?
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
These are lazy vampires. These are vampires in wheelchairs who use cars, right?
So, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, Edward keeps, like, popping in her head because he's probably got, like, 19 women that he's, like, spinning around like plates. And people like, hey, tell him no, tell him whatever.
Yeah, because this isn't her thinking. This isn't Bella thinking, oh, this is Edward. This is actually Edward invading her brain, which, by the way,
he can read people's
what
minds.
are his powers?
Oh, but I thought Bella was immune to all the vampires fucking with him.
Yeah.
No, this is
how
all
can
in
you
his
talk
head.
to her?
In the books, it is no. Listen, no. Hey.
No.
Who's the
This
fucking
can't be all
expert
in the
here?
head.
Yeah,
Who studies day and night and try and get fucking rails by learning all the Twilight?
She's got you there.
I'm telling
Tim.
you,
She's
right
got
now
you. This
in
is
the
her
books,
domain.
this is all in her head.
Tim, would you accept Candice correcting you about attractive redheads? No, this is Candice's redhead.
But I will accept her. Yeah, all right, she's got me. This is her Roby.
So then they get into a fight, and she runs away. And
Oh
just
man,
goes
this
to her
part
dad's
sucks
house.
because I was like, oh, finally something's happening. You know, because the werewolves are going to fight the
Nope.
vampire, and then it cuts away immediately.
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
So then I have
This shit's like fucking
So then I
movie.
have she's very worried that Victoria's coming, so she takes a nap. Every time she gets really worried about something, she
Don't we
goes
all?
to sleep.
Yeah.
Just so
That's
you
what I
know.
do.
Great move. So then
just
Jacob
nap.
wakes her up in jorts.
It is a good power. It's a power move, right?
So Jacob wakes her up in jorts, and he says, I stopped in to tell you that I can't tell you anything.
But you already know.
And Bella's
This was unbearable. I'm like, we already know he's a fucking werewolf. We got it. And he's just like, you don't understand. And like, I swear to God, this is like fucking 20 minutes of a goddamn movie of him just wandering around a room going like, oh, I just wish I could tell you what was wrong with me. I was born this way.
If only you knew a secret that you couldn't tell anybody else because it wasn't your secret to give away. I'm like, come on, man. She's going to out you as a werewolf right now. Everybody knows you're a werewolf. How did he not know he's a fucking werewolf?
My next note is, I quit paying attention to this and started playing Minecraft. And then after that, it's, I guess she's telling him to run away.
Yeah, no, it nothing.
No. Doesn't she tell him to? Doesn't she say something about like, can't you change the way that you are?
It's
or
just
something like that?
they don't say anything.
No. I haven't looked at my notes, but I know I have written down in my notes. At one point, she fucking tries like some fucking conversion therapy on him. Like, do you have to be that way? Can't you change it? Can't you do something like that?
And then he says he can't change, so she gets upset and takes another nap.
And I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, and then she nightmares her dad getting eaten by a wolf. So
I swear to you, I paid attention to every second of that 5-minute scene.
I didn't.
And I can.
Oh, you're a sucker, man. You are a fucking sucker.
No, this is the point in the movie, Tim, where it's like, all right, fine. Let's go, Twilight. Let's see what you have to fucking offer. Here's your big dramatic scene. Okay?
Yep.
Let's see what you got. And then 5 minutes of just sitting there listening to this dribble. I couldn't understand a word they were fucking saying. I had to turn up the volume.
You're forgetting something.
The words that came out of their mouth made no sense to me. And I was like, I swear to God, I am stroking out or I've had too much weed. I can't understand any of this.
But you're forgetting something, Mike. The people who are seeing this movie have already at this point read the second book.
Yeah.
And they know what they're getting, okay? I'm sure there wasn't any gigantic fucking big battle scene or action piece taken out of that second book that she had to write in like 8 to 9 months after she already spent like, 8 to 10 fucking years writing that first book, right? And she just had no fucking idea. She knew what the fuck was going to go on, and this movie still fucking made money. So they're like, hey, you know what? I'm sure somebody ghost wrote the rest of the
So here's the
movies.
thing. Do you guys know about like how she got sued?
No.
So she got sued because she actually took somebody else's book and like made it into a series. And I believe that she settled. And I remember this from years ago. They did a side-by-side, and you didn't know which book was which. And it was almost fucking identical.
It's one of those things, Hitler and Trump.
Okay. But, like, here's the thing. The side-by-sides are almost identical, but one of them is really well written. And it is not.
Damn.
It's not hers, yeah.
You mean the one that didn't make money?
The one that didn't make money. It's like, damn, that was actually really good. Like, that was written really well. I could understand it. Used proper, nouns.
Wow, I felt connection to that 16-year-old.
So there's like some side story where Bella hangs out with Jacob and the wolf people. And Sam's fiance looks like the Phantom of the Opera.
Wait, I got a big thing about this. Eddie, this is huge to me. Okay. So she goes over to this house and she slaps a guy in the face, okay? Yeah. And then he immediately turns into a werewolf and they go, great, hundreds of fucking years of secrets just out the fucking door. We're werewolves. Yep. There we go. And I'm like, so all that scene.
Because, like, you don't understand. This fucking Bella is so special. That she just makes you want to tell all the secrets that you've been keeping for thousands of years before Paleface showed up in your country. This is a secret. No, let's tell the ultimate Paleface. Yeah,
because they go to Sam's fiance's place and eat muffins, and they all
don't look at her face. Also, the biggest fucking muffin I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god!
Yeah, hey, hold on. Here's the other thing too. Look, motherfucker, if you're gonna tell me I'm going to look. Mike, if you tell me, if I go to fucking Portland and I visit you and you go, don't look at Molly's face. And don't say
all you're going to do, okay? All you're going to do is look at her face.
This is Up in Smoke. My cousin Strawberry. Don't look at his face.
Why? Why? At least tell me. Give me a heads up so I'm like, I
was gonna say her face is all scarred up. And they said it was because he turned and like attacked her. But I think... Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to fucking say, Tim. Candice. God damn it. That was going to be my note.
Thank you. I continue to beat me so this was
I was going to say, do you think she also got hip dysplasia? Like...
Oh, yeah. She can barely... Are you kidding me?
You got to put her down, dude.
So, like, here's my thing, Eddie, is that these guys all hang out looking like John Cena. Like, they only have jorts on and no shirts. Right?
Yeah. The Jordan No Shirt Club. Yeah.
And it's really...
I remember at the earlier part, Jacob says, yo, man, that guy's been looking at me.
Because you're not wearing a shirt, dude. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
No, the leader of the fucking wolf pack.
Yeah. I mean, at least...
Oh, they're always hanging out together.
Look, guys, that group of kids, those guys that all like to hang out with their jorts on and no shirts in the woods with each other. At least they come back all sweaty. Like, I don't know, man.
At least A.C. Slater from Saved by the Bell had the sensibility to put on a midriff. These fuckers are just running around in jorts.
But then I figured out, it's like, because when they turn, their clothes rip apart, right? And so, like, because we see when Jacob runs out of the house to defend Bella and immediately turns into a werewolf and ruins all that fucking 5-minute scene.
No fucking
didn't even goddamn need, because in the next scene, we just reveal they're all werewolves. His clothes rip off, and I'm like, okay, so when he turns, he's dong out at this point. There's no, like, the jeans, the jorts are gone.
Yep.
Yo, this is the best time to catch a bitch, right?
With your dick out? Yeah, Tim. When you're full red rocket, that's when you want to catch a woman.
You save a chick's life. You come busting out, another fucking werewolf jumps on it. You come out all fucking werewolf, and then you turn back into you turn into Taylor Lautner with no fucking
with
jorts
your dick
on.
Out, right, Tim?
Yeah, this is my thing, though, is like, so they're turning into werewolves all night and stuff, like just going into the woods and shit. And they're coming out of the woods every night looking like they're in fucking Terminator 2? Like they're just like naked guys walking out of the woods? Or do they have like a stockpile of jorts
they do.
Like, in the woods?
I kid you not, they do.
Yeah.
It's in the books. Yeah,
no,
they do.
stop, Candice. God damn it.
Candice. Don't tell me that like
they have like several caches of clothes all around the woods.
Oh my god.
You just find in forest jorts.
So this fucking idiot, this lady, actually fucking decided this is where I'm going to put some thought into this fucking book. is how the fucking vampires get their clothes back on. They have a cachet of clothes.
Yeah, Tim, she
woods.
couldn't write a good story. She had to write about Forest George.
Eddie, imagine you're hiking in the Pacific Northwest and you come on a cache, like a giant fucking cache of like fucking jorts. You're like, whoa, this is some sort of cartel shit, right? Like this is I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, D.B. Cooper, he dropped off a bunch of jorts that he could fucking change into. What the fuck is going on? So, yeah, then Jacob tells Bella, like, look, we killed Laurent, and then Victoria's next.
Ooh.
And then the guy, the guy that looks like he belonged in Sugar Ray. So then Victoria's next, right?
No church, no service. Yeah.
Bella whines because everybody's so busy protecting her that nobody has time to sit there and stare at her. So I have this moron goes wandering around the fucking woods where her dad's hunting wolves that are hunting Victoria, and Victoria's hunting her. And then the old man has a heart attack.
Well, because the old man knows what's up, right? Because he sees one of the wolves prints on the ground. And he covers it.
He's a Native American. He knows that the tribe is wolves. Yeah,
right.
Well, no, because Jacob at one point says only a lucky few of them have that gene. That
they know that the other guys are wolves, man.
Right. And so Harry's
when every one of their fucking kids comes out walking like with dong out, Tim, they know.
Tim, you might not get the subtext.
Candice, if you're a kid, if your son ever says, I'm sick and tired of watching She-Hulk, I want some jorts.
You might not get the subtext of this scene, but he's covering their tracks. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wrote that in the script, Eddie, and they're like, we better do that literally because this audience is really fucking dumb.
So
really stupid, drunk and high.
The old guy Harry a heart attack, and then Bella and Jacob whine.
So he dies off screen.
Yeah, he dies off screen.
Off screen, everybody. Later in the movie, they killed Harry. I'm like, who? Who the fuck is Harry?
I don't know.
Yeah, the confusion is the fact that you haven't seen Twilight. You should go watch that. You should go watch Twilight and then watch this movie again, and you'll get all the context, Mike.
No, I saw Twilight. No, doesn't matter.
I want Mike to jump in on every other Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone?
So he doesn't know what happened in the movie before.
Twilight Zone.
There's like 6 of them,
Tim,
right?
That's a different series.
That's Twilight Zone.
So I have, what do I have here? Bella and Jacob whine. He tries to kiss her. Then he smells a vampire, and it's the psychic. Then there's a lot of jokes about letting the dog out because he smells like a wet dog.
Also, and it's like, oh, Alice is back in town, and she drove here. And I was like, why?
Oh, yeah.
Because she's... we forgot about the whole part where fucking Bella jumps off a fucking mountain.
So she goes cliff diving. Right.
No, she's not trying to kill herself. She's trying to get... No, because when she gets that
she keeps
rush,
putting
that's
herself...
when Edward shows
No,
up.
she was not trying to kill herself. She keeps putting... No.
Yeah, she was, because she's saying I'm being human. Because they have this... No, Candice, hold on.
She ain't killing herself.
They have this whole discussion in the beginning where Edward says that humans can kill themselves and vampires can't. It's very difficult for them to do this. So then when Bella jumps off of the cliff... She says, I'm just being human, meaning killing myself.
Okay, no.
Anyhow, go on.
You're right.
Okay, but this part is really funny.
You're reading too much into that. That was an accident.
This is something...
Oh, boy.
This is something they don't really explain well in the movie. You have to read the books to get it. The reason why she's...
No, it's never going to happen.
No, you should not do that.
No, you're going to watch all 12 Animatrixes to understand the second one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, the only times that she gets these visions of Edward is when she does something reckless and dangerous. So that's why she's become an adrenaline junkie, so she can see Edward. That's why she jumps off the cliff. Yeah. Because it's reckless and dangerous.
Okay. I just said that.
So the line about
and
being
this is right. No,
human...
this is 100% right. That's why she rides a motorcycle. That's why she goes to the guy who maybe is going to gang rape her and sell her into fucking white slavery. Just so she can see it.
What?
It's got a white slave career.
I don't know.
Tim, you're so old.
Actually, I went on
slavery.
No. You know what's funny is like I went on a ghost tour the other weekend in Portland, and the whole thing, it was this woman was dressed like a prostitute the whole time. Like literally, she dressed like an old prostitute, and the whole tour was about here's where they white slaved a bunch of people.
Where they were Shanghaiing people.
Yes, that with the Shanghai tunnels. There's a bunch of tunnels underneath Portland, and the whole thing was like, hey, this is where all these like white slavery rings were and all this shit. And I go home and look it up and like, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
But I just love the fact that they have to distinguish the fact that it's white slavery. It's extra bad.
Yeah. It's actual shit. No, look, when I say slavery, it doesn't hit you.
Slavery, like we all have an idea in mind of what slavery is.
It's people owning people.
And then you say white slavery, and it's like, oh, that's, different.
So I was going to say, though, this is really funny, Eddie, is that when she cliff dives, it's this great part where she, like, gets out of the water with a big smile on her face, and then her ass gets hit with that big wave, and I laughed. Like, that was fucking great.
Yay, whoosh.
This is where, again, I'm not looking at my notes. This is what I have written down, because the wolves have been chasing that redheaded vampire, right? And she comes and looks like, oh, shit, she got to back up against the water. What is she going to do? And we see her jump into the water, right? And then we see Bella cliff dive and go into the water. And she's like, oh, shit, I made it. I'm so happy. And she's like, oh, wait a second. I didn't understand the consequences of my actions. There's actually fucking waves coming up, crashing me against the fucking rocks. Yeah. And then we see this fucking redheaded fucking bitch swimming through the water. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
That's a big part of the book.
She gets knocked unconscious under the water.
Is it?
What, it's like a whole chapter of the red-haired lady swimming?
It's a whole chapter. It's like 3 seconds.
It's a big part of the book, the fact that she's like, what was that red thing in the water? And then it's like a big reveal that it was Victoria.
Well, what the fuck did you think it was?
What the fuck else red thing would be in the water close to the fucking
I didn't write the damn books.
In Washington? Everything's gray up there. There's nothing red. Everything's gray. So anyhow, Jacob drags her out and Frenches her back to life. But then, he
he doesn't even kiss her. See that. You don't even see. There's no mouth. Again, not looking at my notes. There's no fucking mouth to mouth in this fucking thing. This is fucking crazy.
We're very, very, very Mormon. That's for sure.
So that means, bitch, you're gonna die because I can't kiss you.
Yep, you're gonna die. That's fine.
Well, like Tim said, just grab her by the neck.
So then the conversation, because Jacob drives her back to her house and then is all like, she's all like, there's that Colin car, and he's all like, well, hold on. What the fuck is his excuse?
Why would they drive? You can run at supersonic fucking speed. Why would you drive a car?
I don't know.
You have to keep up appearances, man. If you get fucking caught on the highway doing 110 on foot, the cops are going to arrest you.
Who says you have to run on the highway?
No.
Just run through the forest.
The cop will say, if you did 2 miles more, I would have to arrest you.
So Jacob, for some fucking reason,
you have such beautiful
Jacob,
eyes.
for some reason, says like, you can't be here. The treaty, and it makes no fucking sense. He goes in there, talks to psychic vampire broad about cliff jumping, and then Jacob pops in the back words, and he's the back door, and he's all like, "I guess I changed my mind." So the two of them like start putting him down about how he's a dog and he smells like a dog, and she has to put the dog out.
You probably lick your own balls, man. As a teenager, that's the last thing you'd want to do.
So they almost kiss in the kitchen, Bella and fucking Jacob, and a phone call comes in, and it's Edward.
Oh my god!
And,
yes.
Jacob answers the phone and is like,
this guy who's been talking to her through every fucking time through her fucking mind. All of a sudden, he needs to use the phone.
This is when the IRS sent a letter saying they wanted to look at the financials for this movie, and they're like, fuck me, we got to go to Italy, guys. We got to film something that makes it look like we spent money.
The number of coincidences in this movie. My God.
Come on.
So the coincidence first that Bella and Victoria both dive in the water at the same time. That's crazy. The coincidence that Bella and Jacob are arguing when Edward calls, and Jacob's all like, "Oh, she's dead," or whatever. And then the coincidence.
Actually, it's a good point, because you know what? Jacob is being a fucking good cockblocker here, right? Because he's like, "Hey, can I speak to Bella?" And all this guy says is, "Oh, wait, no." He says, "Can I speak to Bella's father?" And he says, he's planning a funeral, which he actually is, right? Because that other guy had a heart attack, right? But he knows what Edward's going to think.
Bella,
because,
of course. So now Edward's like, okay, I'm going to kill myself. So coincidence level 3. He happens to be where...
You're welcome.
He happens to, first of all, he goes over and he asks the elders, and the elders are like, "No, we won't kill you. You're too valuable to us." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm going to make a scene."
Yeah, because again, they say your special gift is too valuable. Because what I'm going to assume at this point, from this point on, is that every single vampire has one thing in particular. Yeah, and I think it plays.
Yeah, they each have their own power.
Movies, right, Candice? Where every vampire has one fucking thing. That's it. They're the best at.
Everybody in this movie is special, meaning nobody's special.
Well, everybody's special, but some people are more special than others.
Some animals are more equal. Yeah.
Yep. So what's Bella's specialty when she's turned into a vampire? She's the most boring vampire on Earth.
Out of everything.
She just sucks the life. Yo, this fucking bitch sucks the life out of
life. You don't even need to suck blood. You just suck the life out of everything in a fucking room.
So I asked my wife about this, and Candice, you can correct it. Her ability that's cool, right, is that she can create like a force field of her negative.
Later on in the movies.
Right. Go ahead, Tim. No, Tim, go ahead and explain it.
Because she has a force field that she can put around herself, and that when she develops her powers, she's able to put around every other fucking vampire fighting. I won't spoil it, but it's kind of like
so that other vampires can't
whole force field around all of her.
Okay, do you really?
Else. Nobody can do
anything. By a 5-year-old. No, I got a force field superpower now. Nobody can touch any of my friends. No.
Let's defer.
That's right. You shot me, but I'm not dead because I have
Let's
a
defer to the cockfire expert.
Bella's power is that she can negate everybody else's power. That's what the force field does.
Oh, for God. That's a 5-year-old logic. That's just
yeah. That's why
my power is you don't have any power.
What I've written down is they do 2 fucking tests on her, right?
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Now hold on. We'll get there.
She can't. There's nothing.
You gotta give me a second though. So he decides he's going to kill himself, and the way to do this is. It just so happens that it's the national "There Are No Vampires" holiday.
No, that's the day that they expelled the last vampire from the fucking town.
By coincidence, it's the national "The Vampires Are All Gone" day, and his plan is to prove there's vampires by walking out at high noon
and showing his dick.
Yeah, so he hangs dong in front of a bunch of tourists.
Look at this sparkle. Look at these disco balls.
Wow, what a coincidence that it just happens to be there's no more vampires day.
Well, the other thing I have written down is there would be so many fucking tourists. And I mean tourists there at this. No. Come on. You can't have all those fucking people dressed up in red robes, the way that they're acting. There's no fucking sales going on the side of the road. Nobody's buying any stupid shit.
This is the red robes thing that Bella dreamed about in the beginning because she's not psychic.
Yes.
So she slow motion runs through this fountain toward Robert Pattinson as he's trying to hang dong, and then she jumps on him. And he's like, "Oh, this is heaven," right? And that
no, because what's even crazy is he tells a high council whatever, like, "Oh, please kill me." And Michael Sheen says, which I can't believe is in this fucking movie. He says, "Oh no, your powers are too great. Why don't you join us?" And he's like, "I'm not going to
make
join
a scene.
I'm going to do something that's going to expose us all." And then they're just like,
"Yeah." We should say while he's out there hanging dong, nobody's watching. Like not one single
a little girl looks at his
just one little girl.
Dick. Come on.
Yeah, one little girl's like,
"Oh, Dick." Oh my God. Holy shit, that's right.
So then Bella shoves him back in, and he's all like, "I'm in heaven," and she's like, "No, you're here with me." And he's like, "Fuck." I mean, I guess I better tell you I lied to you about not loving you. And it's like, this is a twist. Like, what the fuck?
He goes, "I'm sorry, this is really awkward for me and everything, but what was your name again?" I have a lot of women.
I got like 19.
Look, when I get
it's me. It's Bella.
It's hard
yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, that girl.
Everybody loves Bella.
Oh wait, you're the one from Oregon, right?
You're the Forks fucks.
You're from Forks, right? You're
That's
from Forks?
right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I've done this probably at least like 10 or 15 times before you even born.
So then the Vampire Council comes out, and they're like, all right, Edward and Bella, you both need to come in here because
Why? Who cares?
if this movie couldn't be boring enough.
Because we need to see some fucking incredible fucking eye work.
If
done.
this movie
scene, right?
could not be boring enough, now we need to
Thank
engage
you.
politics.
Oh my fucking god! It was like episode 2, Eddie.
Why is a fucking fanny chick wearing fucking like white stockings on her fucking feet like she goes to Catholic school?
Like this is truly it. To me, this was like Jar Jar in the Senate. It was like, for fuck's sake, man. Like,
yeah. So,
no, come on. Nobody's putting on an offensive accent.
The creepy guy touches
well, maybe
Edward.
if Dakota Fanning had like a good accent or something.
That creepy guy is Michael Sheen. I will show him respect.
Yeah, I know it's Michael Sheen.
Yeah, I know. No. Michael,
I don't know. They must have. There went the other half of the budget right there.
Yeah. His character Euro or whatever the fuck he's named, he's all like, "Let me touch your hand, Edward," and he reads all of his thoughts.
Like, this is so fucking dumb. I was just like, just end the fucking movie, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, hold on, because we're coming to a fucking part that really, I think, that, again, this should be the end of this series when he fucking touches Bella's hand and he's like, "Oh shit, wait a second," and then he's like, "Hey." Whatever, Fanny chick, whichever one you want, do some shit to her, and nothing happens. Like, you know what? You got to kill this fucking bitch Bella because she's
your kryptonite. Exactly. No,
yeah,
so he touches Edward's hand, and he's all like, well, that's interesting. And then he touches Bella's.
Right. I see you sparkle very nice.
And then
this is what I'm screaming at the TV, like, can we move? Can we get this over with? Let's go, baby. Come on.
Yeah. And then, because there's like 15 minutes left.
No, come on, the third movie.
There's 15 minutes left, and it's going to take an hour. So Edward, he's all like, all right, well, we got to kill Bella, clearly, because she knows too much. Then Edward's like, no, kill me. Then Bella's like, no, kill me.
And they're like, yeah, that's actually what we wanted.
Yes, he's like, yeah, that was the plan.
So that
then
worked.
The psychic bitch is all like, no, hold on a minute. I see in the future Bella's going to be a vampire because cut to them frolicking in the fucking woods again.
Just like fucking Little House on the Prairie, too. What the fuck is going on here?
I think, Candice, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's like 2 parts away from this actual movie before that actually even happens, right?
But Candice, why are they...
She doesn't even. This fucking bitch doesn't even turn in the next fucking movie.
Why are they dressed like Pioneer Time?
Oh, yes. So,
oh my god, I have written down. Yeah.
Okay, no. So they get married, and apparently vampires have very violent, like earth-shattering sex. So they actually get their own cabin.
Yes.
They get their own cabin in the middle of the woods built for them by their parents, and they can destroy it while having sex.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Why do they have to cosplay Little House on the Prairie?
Because Candice, why do they have that wardrobe was the question. Not how powerful is their sex. Why are they dressed like the fucking Engel family?
Yeah, I asked why they're dressed like Little House on the Prairie. You go, they built a shack so they could fuck.
Well, you know what, Mike? I'll tell you why they look like that, Mike. It's because they fuck hard. That's why.
No. The parents built the fuck shack. Their parents built it. So their parents are like, not only do we have to make this soundproof, we have to make this fucking earthquake proof because he's gonna blow her fucking back out, and she's gonna fucking
just imagine
Bella's dad song by the B-69s, by the way.
Yeah.
Bella's dad and mom, they come to town and they're like, we gotta this is such an exciting day. We're gonna build our daughter her own fuck shack. This is great.
Holy shit, wait a second. Yeah, Candice. How does it work in vampire law? Because usually, by tradition, the wife's family pays for the wedding and gets everything set up, right? So in the vampire tradition, do the bride's family build
it was a dowry.
Fuck house.
You know, I thought it was a dowry type of thing. Like you get the daughter and a fuck check.
What's the dowry?
Insurance? Brick House comes from.
Oh, because she was fucking a vampire?
Yeah. she's a brick house. It's like she's gonna fuck the house apart.
So you're telling me that vampires can't have sex often, then, or else they're just like destroying cities? Like,
I don't know. I just know that that's the story.
Can you ask me, like?
Look, we've seen the way the vampires, when we've seen them run, they had like a shadow fucking field going behind them, right? So imagine
Candice, why are they in? Can you tell me why are they in the Little House of the Prairie gear? Is there a reason?
Maybe that's the foreplay. Maybe they like to pretend they're in prairie times.
Oh.
No, what it is for real is, again, they continue how to show her as a pure fucking virgin, because who else is gonna wear those fucking clothes, right?
You're right, she looks like a sister wife.
This should be a fucking push-up garter
She's so much hotter in fucking Crimes of the Future. Oh my god.
Yeah, what's really incredible, she's a great actress in every other fucking thing that she's ever been in, except for this. And it has to be just the material and the direction that's making. They just don't care.
Like, they're making a lot of money at this point, and they're not even talking; they're mumbling. Like they don't. They can't even get it up to fucking say lines.
So yeah.
And okay, you know what? Let's see if we really fuck them over. Are they going to come back for a third one? And
of course.
Yes. All right. Let's really fuck this shit up right now.
Cash, man. They're coming back. Yeah. So then, we get a little hint of gravitas here when they leave. A bunch of tourists get let in, and a couple of them are children.
I love this part.
Elders eat them.
Yeah.
No, this is a bullshit part. How the fuck do you kill 50 to 60 fucking tourists? What, do they do this every day, every week, every month, every year? It's just the one time a year? Even if it's a one time a year. If 70 fucking tourists go to this fucking vampire festival and they disappear, how is that fucking not?
Who's going to know? Who cares?
Pretty good at paying to cover shit up, Tim.
Tim, do you think anybody's going to really give a fuck about a guy who goes to a fucking vampire festival? No, man. The news doesn't care. They're looking for Natalie Holloway.
Right. You know what? Yeah, that's right. Once they hear that somebody got killed and they go to a Renaissance family.
Yeah. So was it a white sorority girl on vacation, Tim? No, it was some fucking group of 50-year-olds. Nobody cares.
You know what? I bet you anything there was no blonde hot chick in that fucking tourist group.
Fucking Greta Van Sustern's worried about what happened at Aruba. They don't give a fuck about Italy.
It's the old Patrice O'Neill bit about, I'm just going to handcuff myself to a cute white girl if I ever go on vacation, because then motherfuckers will be looking for me.
Because I just saw a bunch of, schlubby white dudes walking into that room like nobody cares.
He's still going to get shot. What is he fucking talking about? Even if the cops arrest him.
Look at him. I'll tell you right now.
For us, buddy.
Yeah, look. Tim, we all go on a big Bloody Bits meetup to fucking Nosferatu's birthplace at his birthday and shit. We disappear. Nobody cares, dude. Not even the Italian cops care. They're just like, fuck it.
Candice, instead of getting your hair dyed red next week, can you get a blonde so somebody will care when half the Bloody Bits cast disappears?
Yep. Candice, we're going to have to get you dyed blonde. We're going to need to get you some...
You need to stretch it. You need to go to China and get that stretching fucking operation.
Did you see that art that news story that just happened? Some guy and his girlfriend are driving in Alabama, and he stopped on the side of the road to help some woman, and she killed him. And also the woman had a 5-year-old girl with a shotgun. They came out of the woods and killed this guy. Okay.
There's nothing more dangerous. You already got a shotgun. That shit's going to scare me. Give that shit to a fucking 5-year-old?
Yeah, and so, the whole story ends up being about how not even, the guy anymore. It's just
no.
He saved. It's all his girlfriend who lived.
Well, that's because we're the last lot.
I think that was that a Mrs. Show thing or some comedy thing where they did and associates?
Yeah. So that was the young people and
the 3 associates are missing.
It was the young people and their partners, that was fucking great. So now all of a sudden Bella and Edward are back home. I have no idea what's happening because I stopped paying attention. Then Bella goes to the Cullens' house, and I guess now here's the big climax.
Yeah, everybody's
vote on whether she should be a vampire.
Oh God, they vote 2 hours.
And here's what's incredible is because the next movie is when we find out why that blonde chick.
I don't care.
doesn't
No.
want to let
That's
her
that's
vote, right? Why she says
that's
no.
the fourth
And she's only no vote.
Oh my fucking god!
Or fuck that. So yeah, it's like fucking Seven Angry Fangs.
Is that what the Aztec fucking
in this
vampire
fucking
show up?
place.
Or is that the
So they vote,
Aztec?
yeah. And
It's like a fucking apocalypto in this. What the fuck?
Oh man, when you see the vampires around the world, oh my god! My
What do you mean
goodness,
Aztecs? They don't even exist. What are you talking about?
they've been hiding,
Okay.
I guess. They're in the basement of the Alamo with Pee-wee's fucking bike, I guess. I don't know.
Is he-
No, you're not joking.
Am I joking or am I not joking?
You know what?
I love how Candice can back
I
me up
swear to
live
God.
on the show and send me have to send you things too.
This
2
woman
hours
was
after we do the
writing
show.
these books, and she's like, "Fuck, I'm running out of ideas. I got to crack open like a fucking Webster's
Yeah.
or something and look at like Aztecs." There you go.
What
Hey,
are other cultures
for
of
real.
people?
For fucking real. When she wrote this fucking book, right, she had no idea that it was going to become what it became. So, of course, she didn't she's not going to do like a fucking George Lucas fucking retro history thing where like, oh, I already had 12 fucking episodes already written out in my head.
You're right.
She's winging this
You're
shit
right.
from
And,
now
like,
on.
I mean, this is it for her. This is like the only series that really hit, and it's all she ever needed to hit
Yeah,
because she's
She wrote
She
the
wrote
fucking
host.
anything
millionaire.
else?
Yeah, and it also got turned to a movie that did
host?
not do as well.
So they still in
Cool.
Forks have Stephanie Meyer Day, where they she shows up and they celebrate her and all the Twilight fans
You
come
know what
out.
day that is and how easy it is to sneak a gun there?
Well, you don't need to sneak a gun, Eddie.
Sure
If
it
you
is.
know about Forks or rural Washington,
I know.
nobody
I
sneaks
know.
a gun anywhere.
You open up a
You
bank
don't have to
account,
sneak
you
it
get a
in.
free
You can
gun.
walk right
That's
in,
no
go,
problem.
rootin', tootin', shootin'.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, when you know that you have gravel pit parties and basically gun shooting parties,
Yep. You just need a burn barrel and some beer.
oh my god, they still got the burn barrels.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you a question.
Tim, here's something.
How
Tim,
the fuck do you
let me
walk
explain
around
something to you. This is really crazy. Everybody in Forks still has these. They're
Yep.
called burn barrels.
I do
you know what that means?
that? Yeah.
Okay, so Candice
You
does.
just put your garbage in that shit.
No,
and
because
burn it,
Tim,
right?
there's no trash pickup, right? So, when Molly was a kid, they
Yeah.
would just fucking put their styrofoam and all their
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
garbage
Yeah.
into a big bucket and just burn it in the backyard.
And you're like, Molly's like running out, oh, look, it's snowing black.
Look, I see the face of Jesus in the burn barrel. That means I'm
And-
blessed.
The thing is, they have trash pickup now, but people still got burn barrels because they're like, well,
You're
fuck
not
that,
get
I'm
rid
just
of
going to burn it.
barrels, man.
Yeah.
That's heritage right there.
Wait, what? Do you have to pay for?
Yes.
Do you have to pay for
Mhm.
Yeah,
garbage
but
pickup?
people, well, yes, if you own a house, you have to pay for garbage pickup. I found that now is
Get the
no,
fuck
yeah,
outta here.
you got to
For real?
pay for your garbage pickup. You got to pick the size of your
We
cans
pay for it
and all
down
that stuff.
here, yeah. It's
How
like
much
30 a
does it
month.
cost?
Like $40 a month up here.
Yeah.
We have a private one. It's not run by the
That's
city.
still, that's still
Ooh.
pretty
It's not
fucking
bad.
good.
But
Let me tell you, the shit that I throw down my fucking garbage chute, $40 a month isn't enough for that kind of that shit out.
yeah, they're like, sir, we've never seen a garbage chute blocked with cum before, but
Common barn.
When you
legend.
throw your cat litter out, can you please get the bag closed? You don't have to pour the sand
can you
straight down
stop
the chute.
coming directly into the garbage chute? You could use a towel or something. Jesus Christ.
Why did you
Like I said,
Sharpie?
when you open that shit up on the fourth floor, it's got a nice
What
little
did you
suction thing
Sharpie
going on.
cum shoot above the garbage chute, sir? So anyhow, fucking
Yeah, every
Edward
time somebody-
loses the vote, and he gets all pissed off and starts moping.
We don't talk
about
that
it,
yet.
and
Come
then-
on. Talk about
Then
coming
they
to the
drive
garbage
away.
I'm
somewhere,
whacking it.
and Jacob gets pissed off.
chutes. I'm recycling here.
Gotta close the loop. So then Jacob stops him in their car, and he's pissed. And they have a conversation for some reason, and he tells Edward, "Oh, this is the big thing." So he tells Edward if he bites Bella, then the treaty's over,
Yep.
and then they all whine like bitches.
No, he says if any Cullen bites any
Yeah.
human, the
And
treaty
then-
is over. And I'm like, wait, even if they go to fucking Africa,
No,
if they go
on
to
their-
India, if they go in England,
On their
and
territory,
Canada,
I guess.
Yeah, which is the whole thing. Is like, okay, she can get turned somewhere else.
Yeah, she can get turned out wherever.
yeah, easy. Go to fucking Vegas.
Also,
bitch.
like, how's he going to
Come
know?
on.
Like, who fucking cares? Yeah, like you're saying, Tim, he could bring her to Vegas. He could get the fucking suite in the Bellagio. He can go down on her, just turn her right there in the honeymoon suite.
Yeah, but no, yeah, but Mike, they're werewolves. They can smell that shit, right? So like, oh wait, I'm in this case.
Eddie, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome, sir. So then, I just said there's a bunch of whiny bitches. Bella dumps Jacob, then him and Edward bump chests. Bella tells Jacob to stop, and then Edward's all like, okay, I'll turn you in 5 years. And she's
okay,
like,
can I say one thing, Eddie? I got to say this. Okay.
Yeah.
The part when she tells Jacob, this is when she says, I used you the whole time, because she gets into his face and she goes, Jacob, I love you. But honestly, I'm going to pick him. I'm always going to pick him. Like,
yeah, she said, I love you, but don't make me choose between you because it's always going to be him. And I'm like,
yeah, no, you don't love
bitch.
him at all. You've just used him the whole time to make Edward jealous, and like, it worked. You got it. Just be honest. You fucked him over.
Oh, yeah, she's a terrible friend.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's history's greatest villain. She's fucking terrible.
Yeah. So, might as well call her fucking Bella Hitler.
Edward's all like, okay, I'll turn you in 5 years. And she's like, nah.
Bella the Hun.
Hit. And then he's like, all right, what about 3 years? And I'm like, well, what are we negotiating? Why?
Well, okay, no, I think he's right.
Please say, like, bitch, I'm not going to marry you until you finish high school.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, guys, I just talked about marriage.
Like, no, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay, let's get married next month.
Okay, I did find out something. Now that I'm thinking about it, okay.
Yep.
Candice, he's 17?
Like, yeah, that's when he was turned, when he was 17.
Okay, so now she's committing statutory rape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, technically, can you have any paperwork if you're a vampire?
I think he's trying to get out of this relationship. He's like, give me 5 years. You know, you'll be in your early 20s. And,
you're 24 and I'm 17. We can't be together.
Because at some point she tells Jacob she's not into being that whole cougar thing, right?
Yeah, when they're talking about Jacob's friend that wants to bang her out. So then finally he's like, okay, I'll turn you, but we got to get married first. Credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cliffhanger.
This to me,
you know what the whole thing that's great about spending the rest of eternity together is find out we don't like the fuck the same way.
This to me was the best part of this whole movie, is that it just cut the audience. Yeah. What it did was it got all these like young girls and these Candices in the audience, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all excited to see the new Twilight movie, and then nothing happens for 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I mean fucking nothing happens. No. 2 hours and 10 minutes.
But see, Mike, this is what plays into it perfectly, because you know what? You've been fucking dragging it along, but all the way there, let's get married. And like, let's
you know
go.
What, Tim? It's an amazing fucking cuck, right? It's just amazing. Like, they bring them up to the whole thing, and then they just ruin their orgasm by what he says, we should get married, and just ending it and not having the answer. Yeah. It's just like a big...
I think, Mike, you're looking at this with a male perspective. I think Candice, this is like, you're like, oh, fuck, right?
Candice,
now
when you saw this in the theater, were people like gasping?
No, because everybody had already read the book, so they knew how it ended.
Oh, God.
Yeah. There's no way you're seeing this movie if you haven't read the books, man. There's no fucking way.
Well, you did.
Dragged along with your girlfriend.
You did, Tim. Did you read the fucking books?
That's true. No. That's true. I did not read the books, but I mean, I'm a 53-year-old, probably at this time, maybe like 45-year-old by the time the movies came out.
45.
Oh my God, going, how much plastic can these fucking people's faces
You know how I'm going to be staring the Reaper in the fucking face in 5 years when I'm 45? Tim, I don't have time for this shit. Are you kidding me?
45? You saw this in the theater?
Oh my God.
No, I didn't see it. When did the movie come out?
2009, I think I read this movie.
2006, I think, or 7. I don't know.
So what? That's like what? 14 years ago? 16 years
Tim,
ago?
it doesn't matter, dude. You've lived a miserable life.
I know what Tim's talking about, though, because it was on USA. They would show these movies constantly, all in a row.
Yeah, you live in New York City,
right?
Like in New York fucking city. and you spend your time in your life paying these rents, paying fucking.
What do you think? I'm going to fucking Statue of Liberty, I'm going to go to the Empire State Building, and I'm going to play some fucking basketball down
Tim is paying the highest rents in the fucking country.
Yeah,
that's true. Sit in his apartment
house
and watch the fucking Twilight movies multiple times, Eddie. Multiple times.
Yeah, I get it for Candice, where the options are like watch Twilight or play Chase Bees.
Can I qualify this? I would say, my life saying I've seen these multiple times. I don't really think you can never really say like I've watched all these movies from beginning all the way to the end. It's one of those things where like if I turn it on, there's like 15 minutes. It's for me. This is kind of like Goodfellas.
No, shut the fuck up.
If I turn it on, there's only like 5 minutes left. I'm like, okay, I can watch it. Or if it's only 5 minutes into the movie, I'm like, okay, I'll watch the rest of it.
Tim
come on, this is really Twilight. This is a great fucking movie to be like high and just like all fucked up and just like watch.
Tim, you love Twilight.
You're doing the wrong drugs.
Tim, you're a Twilight fan, Tim.
Next time I'll do heroin when watching this movie.
These movies, I guess you can kind of say I'm kind of a little. If you could, I guess you could say I'm a Law and Order SVU fan because I watch the episodes multiple times and I fucking hate watch them. I hate watch these fucking movies too.
I swear to you, Tim, one day I'm going to convince you.
This is great. I love this.
That you are sitting here paying thousands of extra dollars every month in the most exciting city in the world to sit in your apartment and watch Twilight and SVU. You could do this from Candice's neighborhood and save a lot of fucking money, dude. Like,
holy shit, that's true.
You know, you could just. Why aren't you just eating Domino's pizza then? You live in New York. You might as well eat Domino's, watch Twilight.
He gets Burger King. He goes and gets Burger King.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, Burger King, it's like 2 blocks away from my fucking house, and McDonald's is like 18 fucking blocks away.
Tim, how often do you go into Manhattan?
Almost like
no, not for work.
Not for work, yeah, for fun.
Oh. Like
you are exactly like my fucking grandpa who like worked in the city every day of his life, and then he came home to fucking Long Island, and it was like, hey, you ever gonna go back to New York? He's like, no, I'm gonna live out here, pay the fucking prices to live out here, and I will never step foot in that city ever again, or ever look at it or enjoy it.
I've been to plenty of concerts in Manhattan, but it's not like on my day off, like for just shits and giggle, let's go into fucking Manhattan.
Well, why not?
If there's a destination, if there's a reason to go into Manhattan,
if they were like doing a midnight screening of the Twilight movies, Tim would go into Manhattan.
Tim, all I'm saying is just move where Candice is. I think you would be a lot happier.
Yeah, you'd save money. You could watch Twilight, eat Burger King. I would
be torn and feathered if I lived where Candice lives.
So, Tim, on a scale of 1 to 10. Tim, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rank Twilight New Moon?
I get the other one at 6.5. I'm going to give this one.
Oh my fucking god!
It's just a bridge movie. It's just a setup of what's going to come, man.
Trust
me, this
is not better.
He likes these movies. Candice, what about you? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Explain to him when they get to the new Bloods, or whatever the fuck they call them.
It's troubling to me. What do you mean, New Blood?
Is that the next one?
What kind of groomer shit is that?
Oh, man.
Candice, what about you? On a scale of 1 to 10, Candice,
I give it a 5.
Oh, my God.
God.
Mike?
It's not a movie. 0. There's no scale.
Yeah,
this is not a movie.
Yeah, what the fuck is Molly? She can't still be fucking full of weeds.
You can't call it a movie when nothing happens. Like, literally, they sit down, they start and end in the same place, and all they needed to do, seriously, they should have just put a bunch of fucking dumbasses in the theater and played the part when he goes, marry me, and just end the movie. It could have been 10 seconds long, and that's fucking it, because...
Wow. You know what? Do the fucking... What was that Sylvester Stallone movie that was like, hey, you know what? Let's do a movie that's only 90 minutes long, so we get that many more. Do a fucking Twilight movie where it's only like 3 minutes movie.
Because tell me, please,
you can have like a fucking
anybody tell me what the fuck happened in that 2 hours and 9 minutes before the last scene that matters at all?
Well, has a time limit. No, hold on. Bella now has a time limit before she has to turn. Edward has to know shit
they figured out
that
they can't live without each other.
Yeah,
nice. That was where we started.
Yeah.
It wasn't certain at first.
What the fuck are you talking? No, Candice. No.
Damn it! Now the attention's drawn to me. I was sitting back and listening to all of this with this huge smile because I was not the one getting attacked.
No, Candice. I want you to tell me, as a fucking character, what arc happened at all throughout this whole movie to anybody?
Well, Jacob became a werewolf, and
that's not an arc. That's not an arc. That is not an arc.
Yes. He found his true
He already
self.
was a werewolf, guys. He didn't become one.
He didn't know because I have written down in my notes, but I haven't looked at it. It's like this stupid idiot.
He's still a third wheel. He's done nothing.
So nothing happened. There's no arc there. Okay, move on.
No. Jacob got firmly put into the friend zone, where before it was like a triangle.
It's not an arc.
And then
he didn't grow. He did not change.
His classification changed.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to basics of storytelling. Who changed at the beginning of this movie to the end of the movie? Who went through an arc that changed them forever as a person?
That was
Please,
more
one
clearly
person.
defined, but changed fundamentally as a person.
Yes.
Edward.
No,
you can't call him a person, but he realized that he can't stay away from Bella no matter how much he wants
to. That was in one. That was in one. That's the whole point of one.
Okay, so we've got that too.
Well,
he did not change
go
this
on.
movie.
Well,
literally,
we're just making sure.
Okay, so fine. If somebody didn't go through the arc, this rarely happens in a movie. But okay, maybe we'll say Twilight's one of the rare instances of storytelling where a character is almost about to arc and they fail, which we rarely see in entertainment.
Like them not fucking. That's the movie.
Yes. So is that it? Did anybody get right up to changing and then just reject that and just fail as a protagonist?
Oh, you know what it is, Mike? Is that this is the perfect connection of the.
Well, Jasper changed, right? Because he went from wanting to eat her to hey, become part of the family.
So this is the perfect connection of the storytelling, right, along with the medium. It's edging the story and edging the movie.
Candice, you're being real quiet over there, but I want you to tell me.
If you're a teenager going to see this movie, this edging is
working. I want you to tell me, Candice, how is this a 5 when you sit here and you tell me over and over again, The Witch sucks, The Lighthouse sucks, Heredity sucks, Midsummer sucks. I want to know right now. What makes this Godfather's fine, right? 5 out of 10, I think you said. What is
I've seen Goodfellas before. It's a good movie. I like it.
What makes Twilight better than The Witch? I want you to tell me that right now because you said that you hate The Witch. So I want to know what about
I don't hate The Witch. I think
I'm going to
mute
myself.
I just.
So you're being evasive right now. You're just you've gotten caught in a Candice trap right now. You got your foot in a fucking bear trap.
I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to. I'm trying. I know.
It's not your strong suit.
I know.
I think we got to it, Eddie.
I know my feelings, and I'm trying to think of a way to put them.
This is what it is. We've got to it, Candice. You're a troll. This is what you like to do. Is you like to stir shit, and you've got called out today.
Oh my god! Did we have a character arc in this episode?
So there we go.
No.
This episode, I'm giving a solid 5 out of 10 because Candice went through a character arc.
Yeah, that's true. That's more than the movie. So I'm going to give this movie the rating of fuck you. So I think
it's not a movie
for Twilight New Moon. Mike, thank you so much for showing up on this episode, man. And is there anything you want people to pay attention to? Yeah, thanks for Molly for showing up, by the way. And Mike,
here she is.
You have the least weeds in your fucking garden than anybody in that fucking state.
Why is she British?
She's British? Okay. Molly Poppins.
I'm trying out a new thing here.
So, Mike, is there anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet, buddy?
No.
Perfect.
Yeah, Grindbin podcast. Everybody already knows.
Actually, no.
Everybody on this show.
Actually, no.
Always over there.
I remember I was on a podcast and I kept mentioning the Grindbin. They had no idea who the fuck you were.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
I'd like to live a audience for me.
We've grown, right?
It's always been my dream to just live anonymously. Like, I put stuff out there, but I really don't want people to listen to it.
That's good. So, Candice, what about you? Thank you for bringing this one to the show via Charles, the finger puppet. What do you want people to pay attention to on the internet?
You have no idea.
You
have no idea what he asked me to do, okay? You don't know what I went through.
Yeah, he's a bitch. So what do you want people to pay attention to?
Did you have to give a 5-star review to that roller coaster on Amazon?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have something that we can promote. Is Candice will be on the Grindbin very soon for an episode we recorded a while ago.
I haven't mentioned it because I didn't know when it was going to come on.
Yeah, because this is the fucking first.
Mike, I haven't done a request on the Grindbin in a long time. Can I do roller coaster?
Oh. I've never heard of it.
It's a great movie.
Does it have a character arc?
Yeah.
What
Does anybody learn
Tim?
a fucking lesson? Or maybe we just walk around for 2 hours and 30 minutes and nothing fucking happens, kind of like a Twilight movie.
Hey, you know what? I would believe Charles suggested this movie because much like roller coaster, for 2 hours, nothing fucking happens. So, Tim, what about you, buddy?
Well, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't we doing the Holy Grail of movies on Mustachio Podcast?
Oh, Tim, you're also going to be on the Grindbin this week.
Oh, that's right. Oh shit! Thanks for reminding me. What's the movie?
It's the Patreon poll pick. You're on for the sequel to Blackula.
Fucking God. Yobo Scream, Scream. Yeah.
Tim was really upset about it for some reason.
You picked the wrong movie, you stupid fucking asshole.
And I'm going to be on the Everything I Learned from Movies podcast talking about my favorite movie that I've reviewed this week, which is Willy's Wonderland. Much better than this piece of shit. So,
Eddie, I do have one more thing to promote. So Tim mentioned it. We are going to be on the Mustachio Podcastio. Look, the Podcastio's back, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's back, Eddie. You didn't even know it was missing.
It's back for real this time because we're bringing like jungle to jungle level heat where Tim and I are going on that show and we somehow convinced Daniel to do The Pest.
And wait, hold on. Is this the one that's like a day after my birthday?
Day after Tim's birthday, we're recording The Pest.
Okay, so I'm going to be getting another bottle of
Johnny Walker
the fucking
Black.
thing that I drank last year. No. What's the XOXO?
Oh my God! Oh wow! Yeah, you were.
Johnny Walker.
What is
that?
Louis Vuitton.
Every year she hooks me with one of those fucking bottles.
Louis the 15th.
Louis the 15th XOXO. Yeah. So that podcast. Was that Highlanders or which one that I drank like fucking? Like
that was Highlander. That was.
Raw. Oh my God, Raw! Holy shit! Yeah, that's right. Oof.
Yeah. I heard Tim's going to do an impression of what John Leguizamo does at the beginning of that movie.
Oh, so
definitely tune in.
I'm going to do all the John Leguizamo voices throughout the whole fucking show. Daniel's going to be playing it straight. It's my turn. Because I know Daniel, and he said, okay, it's okay to do.
My one Mexican friend said that I could do this, so it's okay.
Eddie, as you know, because you've seen that movie, Tim has not seen that movie. He has no idea what he's just agreed to do.
He has a lot more directions than one, Tim.
I saw Spawn and I saw John Wick.
But,
that's it.
You can go more directions than one. You go to patreon.com/bloodybits to get access to all of our bonus episodes as well as 3,170 exploitation and horror films.
And counting, right?
Continuing to count. There will be more next week and the week after that, as well as TV shows and all sorts of other random shit.
Radio shit we got going on, right? Trying to figure out how to do
audiobooks. We'll get there when we get there. And thank you again for joining us, Mike, Tim, Candice.
Hey, give us 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, whatever the fuck.
Well, 4 stars is fine. It's fine.
You know what? As long as you give us something.
No, I'm not a cable guy where like, don't give me 5 stars, give me 4 stars, otherwise it looks suspicious. Give us 5 stars.
Actually, no. This is great, everybody that listens to Bloody Bits. Give them 4 stars because it would look suspicious if you give them 5.
Give us 2.5, just like the movies fucking can.
3 cable guys tell me that over the years. Don't give me 5 stars because it looks suspicious. At least give me one category. Give me 4 stars.
Okay, sounds
Eddie's
good.
Really trying to end the show.
No, it's okay. I love you all.
Because this is what he does when he comes on my show. Is he just sits there and stalls and tells stories about seeing a car drive off a bridge.
That was good. That was so good.
You know what's really crazy is if you listen to Eddie on any other podcast besides ours,
he's actually funny.
Person,
well,
right?
I understand it. Okay,
funny.
As somebody who has to host a show, I understand where Eddie is right now. He's got to play it a certain way as the host of the show. You got to let the guests shine, baby. That's the point.
That's why I'll never be the host, right?
Yep, that sounds good to me, guys. Tim, you can host the next one.
Let Eddie cut loose.
Next one's going to be Twilight.
No, it's all good.
On that rage episode.
My wife, I have more important shit to handle than this, because this is how we ended. Good night. Fuck you, Joe.
We just got you to fucking.
No,
I told you I was going to have chairman of the board this year.
Oh my god!
I warned it.